Good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing today? We're going to we're going to continue the video from yesterday. I don't know where I left out, but I think I know we left out. I think here we're waiting for West Side. Today I have some things to do in the afternoon. Today we're going to do it a little different. We're going to see more people. It's like it's not time coming up to see if we have any people in the mornings to check to see what's going on. Good morning, Oklahoma Outlaw. How you doing? Quick, quick, what's happening? If you guys wants to watch the video with me, please ask for the link. I will drop it, and then I'll welcome on my screen on my live. We go continue on about line one, and a lot of people don't like what I'm doing, but that's okay because we got it sooner or later. This guy, Billy Rabbit, is definitely going to prison. You know, we have to find out. We need justice for Lonnie One. Yep. It's sad. A human life is gone. You know, it's sad. I gotta wait for West Side. Give me a couple minutes. Okay? Give me a couple minutes and I'll start the video. Okay, we're gonna start it in 1 minute. Let's see if my internet works pretty good. I've been having trouble with my internet because StreamYard is not helping. Oh, hey, what's up, the ladies of iTalk? How you doing? What's up? Before we started, let me give everyone let me. I got guys. I have some gift for you guys. You guys will like it. Okay, everyone in the chat who coming in. Oklahoma, thank you for coming in. The ladies of iTalk, thanks for coming in. Chris Vick, thanks for coming in. And everyone in the chat, thank you for coming in. Now let's start the video. Let's see if anybody's there. Hey, Aja. Hey, Aja, I sent you the link. If you have we are doing the rapid guy. Quick Vic. More to it, you know. Okay, let's start the video.
Once they arrive.
Yeah.
So then that would be.
And they can't get there.
Is that on the death certificate as well?
The TOD?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well let me grab that.
Oh wait, no. Death certificate?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It'll be on the autopsy report.
Which I submitted for? Let me grab.
I haven't been reading the chat.
The
Sorry.
guy on the top, that's Rabbit. Vic. That's the guy.
I had just found it.
Is
the
that
other
a
day. Where
team
is it?
murdered? 91.
Nah,
You know?
I can look for it now.
He said he has everything.
I got it here somewhere.
Everything information,
Just got it.
but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, well, I applied for that or requested that, so we'll get that hopefully soon. All right.
That's him.
Dub said, "Yeah, it has to." Damn it! All right, Dub. It's here somewhere. I'm gonna grab it.
Oh, does it, Dub? I don't know.
That's the Asian.
I had
You
just
know?
saw it too the other day.
She knows more information too. I think that's Rabbit's girlfriend.
You need to pay better attention to the chat. So
You know?
This is the marriage license.
in case questions arise.
Well, here's her declaration of desire for natural death. All that stuff.
AKA DNR.
Right. No, but I found all the court paperwork about her kids. Finally. Here it is. Because, you know, everybody, Sean's trying to say that her kids deserve everything, but I got the paperwork that says otherwise. I got the paperwork that says Andrea did.
I don't know if Adrian is saying that, like, she doesn't want to do anything about her kids. I don't believe that. She likes kids too. She likes everybody. That rapper guy, I don't know. It's kind of fishy, you know. I don't believe it says on the code. You know. That part, I don't know. I don't know. That's me saying it.
All right. Use my little flashlight here so I can see better.
Vic, if you're in a chat, this is Rabbit. Billy Rabbit. No, that's him. That's the guy who helped Sean Porter to do the holding the signs. That's him. If you want to know who he is.
Kind of business / industry. So it says decedent's usual occupation, self-employed, and they put kind of business / industry, advocate. Currently married, William Barthelos, a spouse.
Then Rabbit make the will, not Andrea. I think he make the will. Cliff, what do you guys think? He make the will. You know, I think it's lying. You know, I know Andrew doesn't want. I know Andrew left the kids very much. I know that. You know, everybody was saying that he likes the kids. You know. Now I'm thinking he said he would make the will. I wonder he put that in the will by purpose to think everybody is like that, you know? What do you think, Ajax? I wonder if he really make the will. It's not drama, Ado. What do you think, Ajax? You think he make the will and say Andrea doesn't want the kids to have anything? That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking, you know? I wonder. Hey,
Time of death approximate 1705. So 505. So we'll get the
I agree, Ajax. I agree. But it looks kind of suspicious, isn't it?
All right. Well, it says 505. You're muted, by the way. You're talk.
Oh, sorry. I was saying is Dove that I clicked that link to the Amazon wish list, but it just takes me to Amazon. It doesn't take me to the wish list.
All right. So there's that. Okay. Moving on.
Longer with us. At 5:14 on Andrea's cell phone, he calls his lawyer. So 10 minutes.
What? Damn it. When did it? Hold
I
on.
think that says chief in California. Only doctors, coroners, physicians, PAs. Oh, thank you. And nurse practitioners can declare a time of. I can do a time of death, and LPN can do a time of death.
I left out last night, people. That's why we went a little bit. I forgot where I left out, you know?
But when I do a time of death, my doctor that I work under has to sign off on it. An LPN can do a time of death. LPN and a RN, it has to verify time of death signed off.
So what did he just say?
Us. At 5:14 on Andrea's cell phone, he calls his lawyer.
So at 16, I know my lawyer. I couldn't be able to get in touch with him. So yeah, that's okay. That's adding up.
Okay. Most lawyers give the cell number, you know? If the office is closed, most lawyers give the cell number to the client. That's in case it was an emergency. Why didn't he have the cell number of his lawyer if he told to contact, you know? He could call his lawyer on the cell phone number. You know? Or he could leave a message and says it's emergency, you know? Or maybe he didn't call the lawyer. Maybe he's lying. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. You know, it's kind of suspicious to me. You know.
A minute or two off. All right. And the reason I did that is because, as you all see from all of the paperwork, we had. Let me get this back up. Hang on. Camera's booting up.
You're gonna.
It's coming up. There we go. Takes a second to boot. All right, so let me grab. So she had.
Yeah,
Yes, Dove by the medical person. Dad died a half an hour before is when he took his last breath. Yes. That is what I deal with. Is I get to a family where a patient has passed and they tell me, oh, the last breath was at this time. And then when I get there, that's what goes on the death certificate is that time of death.
Fixing that info.
Inside.
What's that?
And also calling your lawyer while you're fixing that link.
So I got. Well, this is why I called the lawyer. It's because estate planning documents. Andrea Matthews. She had already had something set up with him.
So remember, Greg, you gotta stop and talk about it.
My lawyer. So she had already set something up with him for the will and all this other stuff.
Gregor.
And
Hold on.
obviously, I'm not going to show you guys.
What's that?
So remember, when you're sharing it and you're sharing it from his stuff, you're gonna have to pause and talk about it, or he'll flag you.
I did. Yeah, I did, but every 5 minutes. Okay, Kim. You know, you know how they have the wheel when in the middle of the wheel, Rabbit. I think he wants the wheel, and I bet he put into it saying everyone doesn't want the kids to have anything.
Wait, so
I bet he added to it.
there's the what is it called? The letter that Keebler sent me, the power of attorney that she found from January of 2024. And on that document, it was fraudulently stated that Billy's her son. I don't have a copy of the will. I have a copy of the power of attorney. But we need to get a copy of the will. So if anybody can.
Oh, I think I have it in my email. I think I'm not sure.
I know I have the opt or the oh my god, what is it called? The death certificate where it doesn't have her as suicide. So thank you.
Okay.
Stephanie has it. She's gonna email it to me.
Okay. Stephanie,
but I did get a mm-hmm. Go ahead.
If it was in California, I give a hug and a kiss. I buy you dinner. You know. Thank you, Stephanie.
I mean, you can still buy her dinner. Like, come on. Yes, Gloria. They took him to the ER.
Oh, she's married. She's married.
Who did they take? Okay, so wait, secret courtship. Yeah, that's the way it goes. If you are not trying to hide anything. Well, at the same time is what I'm asking is, okay, so like we were saying, like the secret agent girl was saying, right? It's nobody's, nobody needs to know about it, but usually women take pictures, especially of their wedding. They hire a photographer. Oh. Yes, welcome in everybody. Hello again, Gloria. What's up, Angel, Stephanie? Oklahoma.
You know that part gets me when
Mhm.
Lion once said, pardon. I mean, when Weber says anyone doesn't like his kids, don't want to get anything. If she doesn't like her kids, then why does she have 2 kids? And have kids.
Well, and it makes me question the power of attorney that Keebler sent me because I got the power of attorney, right? And on there, the first line, oh shit, I found out right away, like when I first read it, it says, hold on, let me get it, and I can bring it up too if we need to, but it says right off the bat, it says, known all men by these presents that I, Andrea Matthews, and it doesn't have her middle name, so obviously we usually put middle names because on Williams Billy's, he has his middle name, but it says the underside of Mitchell County, state of North Carolina, hereby make constitute and appointed my son. Billy's not her son. So I think this letter, he took out
Wow.
one of her kids' names and put his name.
Damn.
Had it notarized. So even the notarizer could actually be charged too because it was under false. I mean, this paperwork has been put under false pretense. So this is fraudulent paperwork. Perfect. Okay.
Wow.
Matthew Ritters was attacked by Ally Security yesterday in New Orleans with head injuries. Oh shit!
I think we played this yesterday. I think we. Who?
Matthew Rittner.
I think we played one already, didn't we?
I don't think we played that. We didn't play that. We played Billy's.
I forgot what you left out.
Oh, I don't know. What's up? The Vigilance Committee.
Hold on.
But yeah, go ahead. And it was at 107, so you started at 107, right?
Okay.
When you played it again? No, keep going where you're at, though. Sorry if the documents are out of order. Okay, no worries. I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
The internals, but I was just making the calls that, hey, Andrea is no longer with us. What do we do here? What's the next course of action?
I don't understand. Okay. You got the contact with, and they don't answer. Most of the law give the phone number after hours. It doesn't happen, correct?
Usually.
Is it? Yeah.
Usually.
Then why call the office then? Yeah.
Or why wouldn't you just call your informant?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Maybe he didn't call the lawyer. Maybe he's lying. If we call the lawyer, because most of the lawyers have a phone number to the same number. You know, when they call and they mention, they call back all the way. Oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's me.
Do you need to come with me to the sheriff's office? What do we? So, yeah.
And it's also, you know, if cops are there, and I mean, in the line of business that you do in this community, and you know, First Amendment auditors and cop watchers and stuff, my first inclination never would have been, you know, to call my lawyer. I would have called my mom, called my dad, you know, but I can see why somebody would, in your line of work, call their attorney.
You guys notice how Rabbit don't even listen to her? You notice that? How she not even respond to her? You notice that? How she explaining him, Rabbit, and he don't even look at her or look anybody,
But he just,
look in the paperwork. I wonder what he's doing right now.
Yeah, the Vigilance Committee.
To the real world.
I don't know. Like he's looking through his phone. He's distracted. I mean, at that one point, he played with the dog when she was talking about something, and he didn't like what she said. So he's a
Yeah,
little distracted, or
yeah,
I don't know. He's not paying attention
yes.
to her. He
Kind
don't
of
care to
funny,
her.
isn't
You
it?
know,
I know
not really.
exactly.
I mean, well, yeah, really, it
No,
is really. Hmm. Yeah, because he's supposed to be using her
because
as
you
the
gotta realize
scapegoat or
that.
whatever. She's
You,
the one
you gotta
defending him.
realize a
Like I
lot
don't
of
understand why
people
she's
on this
defending him.
chat is going to what's going on. You know?
Well, because they're
Exactly.
understanding
Yes.
what they're
Is
seeing
it
and hearing.
is it in it too or what? A lot of people saying maybe he's in it too, you know?
I think she
But
might be
who
a part of
knows?
it. 'Cause
Maybe
she's gonna
Andrew
be
could be in
doing
it.
the stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's running his defense. So that's what Don Carney was doing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in here. Or well, he was in here.
Who?
10:07. It was right after your Matthew Ridden's was attacked, Stephanie and Gloria. And he has a wrench, so what's up, notable Nova? But yeah, I don't know. I'm
I
really
didn't see nobody here.
vigilance committee.
The only body I see was good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's there.
He's there.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Hell nah.
Oh, you mean
Thanks, Gloria. Nah, do it, Angel. Too bad I'm not there to help you. Gloria's not gonna do it though. I just switched to my second account and don't see
Andrew?
him.
Why are you saying that? I was gonna be a surprise tomorrow. Dumb.
Eh,
No, you want a surprise. I was
I
going to
already
do
know
a
that.
live special guest tomorrow visiting.
I
Oh,
already
thanks a
knew
lot,
it.
Angel. Huh?
I know he told all your business. Can't keep the secret.
Yeah, you're right. Never trust Angel because he's a dead Mexican. You're Mexican, you can trust anybody. I forgot about that, you know?
You're
Fool,
rude. You are rude as fuck for saying that.
I should know better. I should know better than that.
How's
Yeah.
everybody doing? What's up, Ajot?
I know better than that. I don't need it.
I was late because I was
Oh,
doing other
never
stuff.
mind. I'll text you later, Angel.
Surprise who? He was gonna surprise me. Like hell, he was trying to get me back for surprising him about Cleveland. Damn, wish somebody would get me contact. Hi, LOL. Hell, it'd be cooler if y'all had a joint. Hell yeah, we got a joint. Got tons of them. Actually, I need to go roll me some.
Okay.
Anyway, back to it. Play it.
If you have any time, Angel. Yeah.
If you got time, jump up here.
Oh,
Perfect. What's up, Oklahoma?
Oh, I forgot at one point we sat in the sheriff van. I completely forgot about that.
Or you called the lawyer because you knew you were going to be arrested. How'd that work out there? Time or
No, I called him because he's our family attorney, and he had already.
but how'd that work out? Did he get arrested?
If there is two
Anyone?
chapters, why you don't see them?
Is Donald in today?
this is the Vatican.
Yeah. He's,
Oh,
no, I know.
Let me,
But, yeah.
What are you looking at?
let me go back.
My body
Phone
cam.
call. He's watching the body cam.
Yeah,
See, I knew he had the body
Okay.
cam.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Who
see
else?
what this
Oh,
body
it's
can
the
see.
live stream
Hold
and
on.
then the other one, huh? But go ahead, what? It's the
Listen
vertical
what
and
he's
then
going. He compared. I mean,
well, you only have a family attorney if
oh yeah.
wait, you only have a family attorney if you got money and you got something to hide.
All right. Well, it says 505.
He's not gonna put that out.
Hear me?
I was saying is Dove that I clicked that link to the Amazon wish list, but it just takes me to Amazon. It doesn't take me to the wish list.
So there's that. Okay. Moving on.
Wait, who has the wish
Longer
list?
with us. At 5:14 on Andrea's cell phone, he calls his lawyer. So 10 minutes after
What? Damn it. When did? Hold on.
I think that says chief in California. Only doctors, coroners, physicians, PAs,
I don't know
Oh, thank you.
Damn it.
and nurse practitioners can declare a time. I can do a time of death, and an LPN can do a time of death. But when I do a time of death, my doctor that I work under has to
Sign off on it.
sign off on it.
Yeah.
An LPN can do a time of death, but an RN has to sign on. RN, it has to be two people
Whoa, wait a minute.
that verify time of death.
You
Then
said
it
Pause it.
is signed off by a physician.
Pause it.
So what did he just say?
at 5:14
Pause it, Gregory.
on Andrea's cell phone, he calls his lawyer.
so she said. So she says it works for a doctor.
She works for a doctor. She's a nurse. She's a licensed nurse practitioner, and then the registered nurse practitioner has to, like she said, she has to have the doctor sign
cannot-
off on hers because she's not a licensed, or she's like just, I guess she's a licensed nurse, like an LPN. So she
Then
has to.
why
look up
is
the
it on the
doctor's
panel when the case is going on?
I don't even know why she would
She
even
cannot
jeopardize
talk to
her
him if she's a
license.
nurse.
I don't know why she's jeopardizing her
Exactly.
license.
You know,
Because I mean, somebody could
yeah,
find her.
because you can't do that. Yes, exactly. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like those TikToks doing
We're
those
not
little
talking
things.
all that
Talking about,
about. Well, yeah, interesting.
very. Very interesting. I don't know why a nurse
Yeah.
would jeopardize anything to come on
What do you
YouTube.
guys think? Uh huh.
It's questionable why a nurse would even. I don't know. Well, I mean, she said it the last time when she was over here that she's a nurse and that she was talking about what did I say,
Yeah, true.
the basic life, I think saver, I think I said, but it was supposed to be supporter, of course, but she wanted to correct somebody, so I let her. That's why I said it that way, because I knew her saying that she was a nurse, she's going to correct it, so I wanted her to correct it. And then she's saying that you do CPR on a head wound, but, or what was it, basic life saving, basic life, yeah, you put a tourniquet on it and you stop the bleeding. You don't do CPR, you don't give them breaths.
True. Okay, let's play a video. Hold on.
Lawyer.
So it's
Yes, I would.
at 5:16. I tried to call my lawyer, but then I realized what time it was, and then I'm not going to be able to get in touch with him. And that- And the reason is because we'll see from all of the paperwork we had. Let me get this back up. Hang on. Camera's booting up.
Too far for the body cam.
All right, is the link all messed up, Dove?
Can you send that to me,
gray
Stephanie?
on my end.
I know it's coming up. It's loading. There we go. Takes a second to boot. All right. So let me grab. So she had.
When it's declared by the medical person, but your dad died a half an hour before is when he took his last breath. Yes. And that is what I deal with is I get to a family where a patient has passed and they tell me, oh, the last breath was at this time. And then when I get there, that's what goes on the death certificate is that time of death.
Send that link for Dove.
And also calling your lawyer while you're fixing that link.
So I got. Well, this is why I called the lawyer. It's because estate planning documents. Andrea Matthews. She has it's her and my lawyer. So she had already set something up with him.
Maybe he's the lawyer. He's the lawyer.
For the will and all this other stuff. And obviously, I'm not going to show you guys the internals, but
Pause it,
I
Gregory.
was just making the calls that hey, Andrea is no longer with us. What do we do here? What's the next? So, yeah.
And it's also, you know, if the line of business.
Okay.
I know you were left. But shit, now I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Damn. I gotta stop smoking. Anyway, then I haven't even smoked today. But what he said, right? That it's Andrea's attorney. That's Andrea's attorney. She's paying for that attorney. He's not paying for that attorney.
I know.
So
Right.
he's calling the attorney to see if he can get money. That's what he was calling about. He's not calling to benefit anything for Andrea, even though she can't benefit from it no more. He wasn't trying to do anything for her. He was doing it all for himself. It was all a protection way to. It was all a setup to protect himself in all of this.
Michael Kendall, hold on. Not in here. This topic is all about the rabbit. All about Billy Rabbit. If you don't have nothing in anything, talk about Billy Rabbit, don't mention it. All about the paperwork. Okay? It's not in here, you know. One more time if we do that, I'm going to tell me out. You understand? This is only the topic of this.
Or you guys
Billy
could just
Rabbit.
ignore it. Or you could just ignore it.
Yeah.
Just don't even address it. We know we're talking about the rabbit or Billy. So for any of it, you know, just keep going. Fuck it. I don't got time for it no more, you guys. I really don't have time for it.
And that you're, you know, someone like me who isn't in this community and, you know, First Amendment auditors and cop watchers and stuff, my lawyer, I can see why somebody would, in your line of work,
Angel.
call their attorney.
He's
I
going
just
to
don't
pay.
understand why you would kill somebody and call your attorney.
That's how you live it. I want everyone to listen very closely, you know?
Oh, I forgot. At one point, we sat in the sheriff van. I completely forgot about that.
That body cam was on the whole time.
Or
I'm
you
sure.
called the lawyer because you knew you were going to be arrested? How'd that work
She's-
out there?
She's
Time or
defending everything else,
No, I
right?
called him because he's our family attorney, and he and Andrea had already discussed
But
different things.
We already discussed what
but
you were going to do.
how'd that work out, Heim? How'd that
Where's
work
the body
out?
cam?
Did he get arrested? Anyone?
She's like so defending him, like, oh, he's not arrested. Just because he's not arrested now doesn't mean he won't be in the future.
What are you looking at?
My body cam.
I can't
Yeah, I need to get a cord. I gotta get a cord, guys. So I got this footage.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cold. Yeah.
Oh,
Prove his innocence.
I apologize, Heim. Is that I'm reading the chat on my phone is covering it.
Yeah, so I got body cam footage.
Then play it.
So regardless of what I say, I got everything recorded.
Play it.
All right,
We're
you still
gonna-
got full. The truck's still full of shit.
We'll go through that
Yep.
later.
You see? The fucking go. Say something. Julian.
So 10 minutes after this issue occurred, he's calling her on his deceased wife's cell phone. When the police asked where her cell phone was, he said he hadn't seen it, but it was in his pocket with his cell phone. He actually made a call from the scene to Andrea's best friend, but told a different story, saying that she was actually cold when he discovered what he.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. So the cell phone. The sheriff was there. Why didn't the sheriff even put him in handcuffs or even detain him? Get all the devices. That sheriff was
Because
in his
he was
in his pocket. I'm telling you guys, because why wouldn't the sheriff do what they're supposed to do? Right? They're doing their job, right? I mean,
Because-
I'm not expecting the cop to do shit, but if he's gonna do it, then do it right. Don't do it in favoritism of
Okay.
Billy.
Billy Weber asked the police. Billy asked the police on his two ones. And the cop stand by. That means Billy is controlling the police department. Normally, if you have a crime scene, if everybody's dead, the police would say, no, I don't need no sword. You know, we're going to arrest you. You know, I'll bet
I mean,
Billy
really-
and the are working together.
Mhm. Right, because
You know,
usually officers say, "What? We're impeding an investigation, right? Disorderly conduct. You're
Yeah.
interfering with police your what is it? Police duties and shit like that. Like you're interfering, really." And he really that is physically interfering because he's telling you to get a search warrant. Wait, no, somebody died. Usually they'll tape off the whole
Exactly,
damn
yep.
area and
Yeah.
nobody can go in that
Yeah.
area. Not even the camera person.
the first time I seen that before. First time, you know, every police department don't even so is a body is got murdered, you know, or kidnapped, you know. They don't have a
Both of those are
warrant,
correct.
no someone, you know.
Right, both of those are correct. Impeding a police investigation and hindering the investigation. They'll use that, and
Yep.
they arrested Press Harder for impeding, and all he told that cop was to get get back to work or whatever the fuck he told him, and on his video. I think he protested at that point, but like
Yeah, because
they arrested him for not doing nothing,
Fred
just
Carter
being
was on a sidewalk.
on a sidewalk. But this guy killed somebody.
He on a sidewalk.
Or supposedly
You know,
she had a
some is the public.
suicide, right? She had a suicide, right? But if she had a suicide, they still would tape off the house and do their investigation and have the coroner and everything come for like 10 hours. Why in the fuck did that happen? Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
for
Small
example-
town, they still do shit. There's the
For
victim.
example, if I have a gun in my pocket, like if I hold it in the police, I'm going to like this, hold a gun at a cop. Then the cops have want to arrest me because I'm holding a gun at him. You know?
First of all, when he said he cleaned the gun, they should have already had it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree with you,
she's got
Gloria.
motive.
He told me when he called me 5 hours later.
When he made that call, did he make it before the police arrived on scene or afterwards?
Afterwards, and it looks like it was a pocket dial, and then she was actually there. And
Oh,
so
wow.
he's like, oh, and he says she's gone. A lot about it, and then he breaks down in hysterical fake crying is the only way I could describe the phone calls. Just
Pause.
acting very bizarre.
Can you find those phone calls?
Well,
Yes.
Alicia recorded it apparently.
Yeah, have you heard them?
I have.
Yes, you
talk
have.
to-
But her recordings?
My body cam has my side of it,
Ah,
and it has it has the pocket dial because the phone was in my pocket, and then it has the phone call. Oh, this body
you
cam has
could
everything,
exit that too.
so you can see at one point. At one point, when I'm talking to
Yeah,
Alicia, and
positive,
she's
Trigger.
saying, "Well, she was gonna sell the house and leave you and come home." I'm pretty sure you can see it in the body cam footage that I looked to the sheriff's deputy and said, "There's fucking
Hold
something
on.
here."
Justice for Andrea?
I don't.
No. Okay.
Not at the moment.
Wow, I don't.
If you don't
No.
want to do this anymore, that's fine. Because remember, you guys, this is a blind.
Let's keep
I
going.
don't believe that. You see it.
Pause it, Gregory. Pause it.
And then he'd go back to talking normal. Then he'd fake cry again. And the police said that it was obvious he was faking it. He refuses to let the police search the house, so he delays them from.
I didn't refuse to let them search the house. I told
Did
them
you
they
hear
need
that?
to get
What
searched.
Lucky said? Then it's just one. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding then? Rabbit? Are you not done cleaning the place up?
Okay,
That's kind of
okay,
people,
first of
isn't
all,
it?
first of all, if you look at him, he's acting like he's sad. He's not sad. He's not sad at all.
No,
I haven't seen
no.
not one tear shed from this guy about his wife.
No.
He's more happy about the things that he's got that he can sell of hers. He's doing everything other than
Hey, Carter.
being an actual decent human being. Which we already know he's never going to be a decent human being. Welcome into day 15 of Drama with Greg.
I love you, Angel. You know that you have what I don't have. You know.
Right. I don't know. This guy's a loose cannon.
You don't need to so on. You know. I think
Yeah.
he's bluffing. He wants to get more from. He wants to clean up more info, more clean to do. You know. I better he paid the same with money. You know. You come back the next day.
I think I recognize Secret Scally's voice. Think she was part of some serious drama in the 1A area a few years back. Haven't invested time yet, but I think
Oh,
I might be correct. I have to do some dig. So her channel's only 2 months old though, so it had to be like her stock account or something else. Like she's got another channel. In other words, I'm thinking. Digging. It was at least 4 years
remember
ago.
3 channels.
Okay. So then this person's probably actually already been with Billy then.
Mm-hmm.
She's making her comeback because Billy lost his other cheerleader. Right? No, go ahead.
Maybe not.
He's lost his other cheerleader, which was Don Carney.
Oh yeah,
So he
yeah,
had-
yeah, 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 yeah.
He had
Okay,
to
yeah.
get a new cheerleader,
Yeah.
which is his girl.
Searching the house for 5 hours while he apparently tampered with the scene,
What?
moved Andrea, did all kinds of stuff. Then they come back.
I don't have to listen to any more because at this point the dude's fucking narrative is complete bullshit. Fuck. How could I have gone back in the house, Sean, when the sheriff's office has the home sealed off?
He's, are
You don't make
you
any
that
sense, dude.
stupid? He's talking before the stupid one. You're gonna say no. He don't talk
He wasn't
after.
paying attention.
Stupid
He
you
wasn't.
are. Rabbit.
He wasn't paying attention again. He wasn't paying attention. He was looking at the
They
phone
came
or he
back
was
to the
looking at the
place.
computer.
They came back 5 hours after the civil one. What you did between the 5 hours? Did they clean this place? That's what I'm talking about, dumbass rabbit. Oh my
Right.
god.
Because he did tell them they needed a search warrant, right?
Yes, exactly. They came back the same day. You know, and 5 hours later, what did you do the 5 hours? Did they clean the crime scene or what?
But like I
That's
said, if they did their
suspicious, you know?
job right, if they did their supposed
Huh?
job right, and they would have taped up all that shit. So if there was cameras,
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
we knew all the 1A people. So if all the 1A people would have showed up, they would have had tape all around that place. So why didn't they have tape around it? She's definitely a plant. She knows too much to not be a plant.
Did anyone agree with me? Yeah. Well, I said, "Oh no, get sober," and then someone said, "Yes." Kind of suspicious, isn't it?
Very.
After 5 hours, he might take people to clean up. You know,
Well, him and Don and Mountain
it's
Mama
gotta be
and
more
all
than
them,
more.
they all cleaned it up, remember? That was on the whole live stream. They even cleaned the dogs.
Don, I don't know. Because I want Don to his story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but you're
want
not
to-
going to get that story. You're not going to get that story till March or April, or probably even a whole another year. So I wouldn't even
Yeah,
be
I know,
mentioning
I know.
about
Yeah, I know,
Don
I know.
Carney and his
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
trust
I
Don Carney as far as I
I
can
know.
throw Billy. So
They evict him. After they evict him, because her best friend had said that she was talking with me right before the incident, and as soon as I saw his cheat, and he starts saying, "Oh no, I never cheated. I didn't go through that. It's just Andrea was being a real bi, you know what?" And so I was on there, but no, I hadn't done anything. She was okay with the cheating. So his story kept changing.
What the fuck is this
we're
guy
gonna
talking about?
So he said that you called him.
I called him that night when I was outside the inn. I went across the street and sat at the tap room on the rocks at the tap room and called him.
And he said the first thing he did when he picked up the phone was yell at you.
Not true.
And then he said that he didn't know anything about it other than the cheating. And then you proceeded to go on a panel with GS and admit to the cheating. But you said that Andrea was okay with the cheating.
The fuck is this guy on? He made some not so kosher joke.
The only person we know is GS. You know,
right. But Oklahoma said it perfectly. They have watched it. They got their story straight from the streams. Exactly. And see, he doesn't want to play Rogue Nation's video because that's where Alicia tells or plays that video. She plays the recording of the butt dial. She plays it on Rogue Nation's channel. And Billy was like, "Oh, you can't watch that." Go ahead.
When they come back, maybe tonight you can play that on your live.
Maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was on Rogue Nation. Good idea. You know.
Yeah, it's
Good
on
point.
Rogue Nations. And Cliff William, I think, or the Vigilance Committee also played that same one. I think I played it on mine. So
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
plenty. Yeah, they're picking and choosing on what they wanted to talk about.
folks, and that's when I knew that Andrea had sent him some something that she shouldn't have sent him.
Nude pictures of him.
Which I probably do a little bit. Drink a drink. And I'm not gonna comment on what was discussed on that. No, he's full of shit.
Fast forward here a little.
Dub's asking for a palate
going-
cleanser.
Okay.
All right, Linda as well. Okay.
But I will stand, carried safely by your hand, though the halo still your
Isaac Gregory,
promise holds.
are you there?
No fear
Gregory,
in fire. You are
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so pause it because remember he struck you on her music.
Yeah. I'm there.
I know, but he struck you on the music, so he's playing the music now.
Well.
You're not there.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm
okay.
supposed to sing it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm supposed to sing it.
You're not singing it though because we can't hear you. But but right. So
What was
this
it-
is
what was
what
the
he was
best
talking
one?
about. But this is what he was talking about, right? This is supposed to be AI. This is her being AI. This
Yeah,
is not
but
her being
I
AI.
played the
This is
whole.
her song.
I played the whole. I played the whole. Yeah. I
Yeah,
played
but you
20
can't do
I
that.
played the
You,
whole
you
Adrian.com video.
you can't do that. Don't do it.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
that song I was playing on yes, that song. How come he looks like Eli? You know?
Because it's Gregory. You've
Let
been.
me fast forward then. Okay?
I mean, you could play it. Just stop and talk about it. Maybe a section of it. No, don't change it. Leave it
Okay.
where it's at. Just don't touch it.
Okay.
Just play it, but stop it every couple seconds so you don't get flagged.
Okay. You are here.
every
Every shadow disappears.
disappears. No fear
No fear. In the fire, I remain. In your love, I stand. Like this, my side?
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Understand. And wherever it's going down to prison. Oh yeah. Guess what? Every stone. Oh no, I've been singing it. Angel NFL.
Yeah, he sang it.
Yeah. Storm
But now you've gone back, so
In your memory, I say that the will you love with hunger. The fire for me, every shadow disappears. Don't fear the fire. I remain in your eyes. One thing. Hey, Andrew, NFL reacts. This is who that's got murdered on May 30th. You know, essentially his husband Rabbit murdered her. You know, if you want to know the whole story. You know, and if you want to come up, Andrew, Andrew NFL, I send you an email of the link. Okay. What a beautiful woman, you know. You guys, I mean, yeah.
Detective working it. He knows what happened. I know what happened. It's a matter of what could be proven to a jury at this point in time.
Can you give us the detective's name so that we can have it? Do you know it?
Detective Ashley Beam.
Ashley Beam.
So how is this not meddling on the case? The fuck? How is this not influencing a case? If you guys are supposed to be this whole Justice for Andrea campaign and you want to find out the truth, how are your actions here on this stream not screwing that up? That doesn't
But
make any fucking
this live. So you told me when
It's
I
not
got it.
I messaged the sheriff of the county.
Okay, well, I got it. So she tried to cover up her name, but I got it. I got the first name.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for sending.
I know.
Thanks for sending me the picture of that.
You know, I text the sheriff, and that's the case it's handling. You know, I got proof.
do I have that paperwork here with me?
yeah, you told me.
I know. I'm just trying to remember what piece of paper it is. There's so many.
Yeah.
Was it the creamish one? Authorization for cremation and disposition, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I know the date's on here because I know we looked at it
How come it's
before.
not showing
Hang
it?
on. June 11th.
Whoa, hold on. What?
So 11
Right here.
days after.
Hey, look. Don't take my word for it, cocksuckers. Yeah.
I know that
Look,
because
that's receipt for you.
hold
Look,
on. Ashley posted on Instagram. I got the copy. She
Alicia?
posted it on Instagram. You know? Yeah. At least, yeah, I got it. Yeah. It's in Instagram. I will find it and I will post it in my community page. You know? That's all news. I know.
Well, you guys said she was in Cali?
so how? Right there, the date. Look,
He fucking put the paper upside down.
No, it's
Yeah,
because
what?
he's
He
got.
put the paper upside down.
It's not upside down. It's screenshot.
You see how they put the paper upside down?
It's just backwards. It's just backwards, Gregor. It's not. It's not. Okay, wait. You guys said she's in Cali. She doesn't live in Cali. She lied to you
No.
guys. She doesn't live in Cali, and she doesn't live in Arizona.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't live in Arizona because that caring place is not in Arizona. Right? If she's a nurse,
Oh.
she might be from Snowflake, Arizona. She's not nurse in Arizona. It says Arkansas, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, Tennessee, and Texas.
Because everyone, Westside knows because she lives in Arizona, Westside. She knows.
Right.
Yep,
Oh yeah, she
that's-
says it right there. Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I'm just looking. I'm just looking because right there that tells you wherever she's at. Somehow, some way, there's a Courtney. Courtney. Just so you guys know, it's Courtney. Don't fuck around.
Mm.
Don't fuck around with YouTube.
Man, it's
Courtney.
interesting the video.
So anybody know
Videos
Courtney?
So far, the video.
Who was it? Wait, who was it? It wasn't Stephanie. Who was it earlier? Nova. Do you know Courtney? Iowa. That's the shithole I live in. Oh, yeah. But Courtney. What's up, Courtney? Thanks, it.
How was that video?
Thanks,
You guys like it
Stephanie.
so far?
My cousin's talking about or somebody's talking about me. But what? So yeah, so you know how
How
when
you
you
guys like the
screen,
video so far? Interesting?
it's very good. So when you screenshot, right? So like how I put that up there, what was it that I put up this? When you put it up there,
Oh
it
yeah,
goes
yeah,
back.
yeah.
I mean, mine's is going forward, but that's because I don't know. He's not using the front
Yeah.
camera, or I don't know what he did. I don't know. Yeah, mic drop, Courtney. With my remote.
Okay, let's put the video.
Here's my
Come on.
My remote.
Look
got a
at
little-
that. The date. That's
So-
when I got her back, guys.
So June 11th. And
Courtney.
this was
I'll send it
streamed
to you later.
2 months ago. I'm not good at math.
If you're a
Look,
nurse, you're
here,
supposed to
cremate-
do the math.
Patient identification for. Let me make sure that there's nothing on here.
So
See.
she was released June 11th.
Oh, I was gonna send it to her.
This stream
you can send
happened in September.
Not that one.
Streamed
definitely
2 months
send it to
ago is what it says.
Yeah. Okay. So August 10th. Wow.
So she had already been released. So
Oh.
rewind what he
Oh,
said.
Hang on. Hang on. Clean my desk up now. Make sure I put
He
that
knows
stuff away.
2 months ago. He knows.
Hang on.
What he's saying.
Hang on.
Detective working it. He knows what happened. I know what happened. It's a matter of what could be proven to a jury at this point in time.
Can you give us the detective's name so that we can have it? Do you know it?
Definitely Courtney.
Detective Ashley Beam.
Ashley Beam. And what department does she work for?
Yeah,
He.
he works for Phil
Oh.
County.
So pause for a sec. My train of thought now came back. Is that if there's an open investigation, they will not release the body until that investigation is closed.
No shit.
Exactly for public safety.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That. Oh my god.
after the fact is Ashley Detective Beam is the second person that responded. So when I was telling you the story, from my recollection, when Renfro came in, and then he came in and put his hand on my shoulder, and
Yeah.
then the second one responded. It came in and it said, "There's nothing you can do." The second one was Beam, and then I don't know the third deputy.
Can you pause it?
He's
North
lying.
Carolina, I
Can
believe
you
it's
pause it real quick?
He's fucking lying.
Can you
Bakersville,
pause it?
North Carolina.
He's lying.
Pause it.
Because I have a messenger from the cell. Let me screenshot to you. Bullshit.
Okay.
It's
Okay. So public
Ashley Beam
record.
and the IBS.
Wait, but for public safety said,
Yeah.
I'm way behind. But when the police find someone deceased, they do not need a warrant because it's I can never say.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Exurgent circumstance. And then Nova said,
Yeah.
right, 11 days. It took 3 days just to get Lynn to the cremation, right? Or the crematorium. Shit, I can't even talk today. And then it was at least 3 weeks before her daughters could get her ashes afterwards. They move fast there. They do move fast because majority of it that I believe, and I've heard most of it, is everybody out there has committed suicide. Nobody has been labeled a homicide because they don't want that as the records. But for public safety wants the link if he can join up.
I don't.
I didn't get my
Can
necklace
anyone
with
send the
the
link because
for almost 2 months. Yeah, he got his right away. And even Joe Cool said it, like there had to be something going on for
they
him
won't
to
let me?
take her right away like that.
Hmm.
For public safety, they had to secure the house and get a warrant, according to Billy. Right. And then the next day they were back in it. So they didn't secure no fucking
Okay, here we
warrant.
go. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
You're
Okay,
gonna
here we
put
go.
it up?
This is only for the public to. Okay, here. I
You
forgot
should
to
have
put
asked
in
for
the
his
hand.
email. You could have emailed it to him. Lynn passed her cancer and there was no autopsy.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they got toxicology. That's what they're waiting on, and that's why Billy isn't arrested. Apparently, because they're going
So you
out
guys you guys are watching right now.
for the whole suicide.
You guys write that name down in the department in the chat if you can, so that we can, continue to put the pressure on. We want them to investigate this correctly.
Yeah, if you could actually call and talk to the elected sheriff. The elected sheriff is the one that needs the fire under his backside because the autopsy has not even come back yet, by the way.
Pause.
Yeah.
Just so everybody is clear, is that you will not get a
THC stage. Okay, I got it. Come on, you dumb StreamYard. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we are. So in this video, Sean is talking about the county sheriff's department agency. They're not in control of this case. In the state of North Carolina, they separate their divisions. They even separate their state police agencies. They have a road patrol and they have an investigation unit, and their investigation unit is called SBI, State Bureau of Investigations.
Mm-hmm.
When a murder happens or something like that, it goes to the state agency, not to the county or the cities. It's not municipality that does those. So the sheriff's department has passed that. They did it a long time ago. They passed this case off to the SBI. So that's who has it. And that is why there may be some confusion on whether the whole thing's been completed or not. It has not been completed. It was completed on the sheriff's department's behalf because they passed it to the SBI, meaning the sheriff's department's done with their part.
Right.
So, you know, there's a lot more to this. And of course, it's not looking good for Billy. You know, now, I also feel like when agencies pass the buck like that, they lose firsthand information. Like,
Right.
it may have been better for a responding officer to have been involved in the investigation, because we all know how shitty they can be at writing on their reports. You know, they might miss 150 details in a 2-page police report. You know what I'm saying? And then when SBI gets a hold of it, they start from what reports have been done, more or less. And if they find a red flag in any of it, they'll go back and do further investigation on scene. So, you know, I don't like that they passed it. I think that it would have been better if the sheriff's departments in North Carolina are more equipped to handle these types of cases. And I think the biggest screw up that the government has done on Andrea's case so far, in my opinion, is that they failed to interrogate William.
Or get her property.
Well, I think the interrogation would have been, you know what I mean? Like, if they, you all have heard Billy talk online about what the events that occurred in order.
Right.
And the more he talks, the more guilty he sounds.
Exactly.
Because he goes backwards, he lies, he discredits himself with the facts. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if a qualified interrogator had him pinned in a room with some handcuffs around a little loop in the corner with a couple of, you know, abled, qualified interrogators, I think they would have gotten a confession out of him.
Or they would have got that body cam too.
Well, they have that. Well, what body cam?
His body cam that he's showing on this live stream that has all the records. I'm telling you, he had that body cam on even when he murdered her. Allegedly, my personal opinion, he's got it on footage.
You think Rabbit is, so are you saying Rabbit wore a body cam?
He had a body cam. He talked about the body cam. He's playing the body cam on this stream. I know you're late, but he's played the body cam. He's talked about the body cam. He's got a body cam. He's got a body cam of everything. I'm telling you guys, he's got the body cam of what he did. That's why he's playing bits and pieces. He's talking about the conversation with him and Alicia when he pocket dialed her. And so he automatically, I don't know if he automatically shot Andrea and then just snatched her phone, because obviously she probably told him that she was leaving. And he's like, no, you can't take over. You can't take my money. You can't take this. Because she was really just, I personally think she was the money for him.
Oh, of course. Right. But I mean, look at him now. He's grifting off her death, making fake music and stuff, saying it's her. I mean, the dude is obviously starving for a couple of pennies.
He said that, Stephanie, but did he? He said he went and got it. This guy tells so many lies. He's had that body cam on the whole time. And if not, I'm sure he had that whole house tapped with cameras, because that's what he does. He does that kind of stuff.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I doubt it. I think.
He's got the house full with cameras now. Well, he had the house full with cameras.
Yeah, but listen who you're talking about. I mean, this guy obviously, you know, there's a lot to suggest that there's a high likelihood that they were all doing drugs in that house. So, you know, I don't know very many people that are going to video themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, he's already videotaped him dumbass self being outside of the hotel and then going and getting a court order that somebody's harassing him when he's the one doing the harassment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what he does.
I don't put nothing past this idiot at all to be on YouTube telling his stories.
Well, here's what I would say. If I know he's watching this. If there is a body cam that he claims would prove his innocence, if it were me, and I'm sure anybody that's listening to this would agree, I would publish that sucker, man, from beginning to end with no edits.
Yep.
If it's going to
Agree.
prove my innocence,
But see, that's what he's holding on to because he hasn't shared it with anybody. So I think he's trying to use this as his innocence, but it's going to tell more than his innocence. That's what I personally think.
if
Especially
there
with
is
him
such a
going to
body
these
cam.
panels and saying, "Oh, I shaved my beard," but yet we're watching a video. What 9 days ago now, Gregory, and he's got the beard back.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, it was a temporary shave for a purpose.
To ask you, couple years ago, did you bail out Billy? And in the beginning, he was saying he was in jail for 72 hours because he went inside to go to the restroom, and you bailed him out. Couple years ago.
That was a question for you for
when you
public
went-
safety.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Couple years ago, when Rabbit was with you and
Skip
the
Tracer,
other
I believe.
person, when he went inside to go to the restroom, and the first time he met Andrea, and he got a trespassed, and
I've never met
you
Billy.
obey now?
I've
No,
never met Billy.
he said you bailed him out.
Bailed him out. No.
Yeah,
I don't.
he said you bailed him out.
What a liar.
That's why I
Officer
said
safety who bailed. No, he said for public safety bailed him out. In this live stream at the beginning, he said for public safety, but Stephanie's saying no. He said for officer safety who bailed him out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't bail that son of a bitch out. Hell, I'd
And
pay
that's
him
why
to
we
keep him in
wanted you
there.
to right. That's why we wanted you to come up so you can clarify that because he said I heard for public safety, but maybe he was saying officer safety.
Maybe.
Well,
Yeah, no, I
he
would
said,
pay. I would pay him to keep him in prison, not let him out.
So you never met this Skip Tracer, right?
No, I've never met Skip Tracer.
Okay. Because that's what
And
I'm
I've never
Okay.
met Rabbit. I've never met Rabbit or Andrea because when they did have the opportunity to meet me that they keep lying about,
Mhm.
he was scared to meet me because he was lying to us on our live stream. So he told me to come to meet him at the Walmart in Spruce Pine, and then he was supposed to take us to where this woman was stuck under a tree. That's what he was telling us. And we got we had our little crew that was there to help, and we were waiting on him at the Walmart, like he said. And then he quit. He just stopped answering his phone and wouldn't tell us where to go. So we ended up driving by the camp and just getting a look at what they were really doing. You know what I mean? And but as far as contact with Rabbit, he wouldn't contact us when he knew that he was going to be disproven, that there was no woman under a tree. So he waited for I want to say it was like an hour and a half before he finally called us back. And he said, "Oh no, it was just a tree that fell on a driveway. There was the woman was just stuck in her house, not under a tree, you know." And I was like, "So you lied. You had us come up there and you were saying that there was a woman that was in agony stuck underneath the tree, and that was a lie for my live stream. Am I right?" And he's like, "No, I wasn't lying. I just had the information incorrect." I'm like, "Of course you had the information incorrect because it was a lie." He was saying he was there rescuing this woman that whole time.
Wait. Okay, I got a question, Stephanie. Okay, because you put January 2024. So did for officer safety, aka Skip Rabbits, when he got arrested in January, they also went and forged that other document that I was given. Because in January of 2024, supposedly Andrea made Billy, her son, power of attorney over her. Which Billy's not her son, so that's a falsified paperwork.
Was that possibly? Are you saying that that in January of 2024, Andrea had legal documentation done to make sure that her property went to her own child and not to William?
Well, in that paperwork, it says son, but it says William Joseph Barthel. And I don't know, I'm not sure if she had it notarized. Well, somebody had it notarized by this guy who shouldn't have probably notarized it. Because now his license could be in jeopardy, because coming to find out, Billy was also arrested in January. So that's when he first met her. So like, it doesn't make sense.
Anybody can become a notary, and I mean, notary.
Time by Rabbits, criminal attorney for Avery County. That's interesting, because when I saw that power of attorney paperwork, it says William's the son, and she's giving it over to William, and then the person after that, when William can't do it or whatever, she's giving it back to her dad. So that was the whole thing. I think that was a falsified paperwork. Her son originally was on it, and Billy done put his name as the son. So that was a false documented paperwork. And
Well, I'm only, like, for me, I'm only going off of what we know for fact already, and it's already proven. And my conclusion, without any more details, is that at very least, he looks like the subject, the perpetrator.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out, and hopefully it all gets proven. The problem is that we're dependent on we're not fully dependent, but we're very close to fully dependent on the SBI for North Carolina. And my interactions with them, I don't know how seriously they're taking it.
right.
You know, I mean, William has committed minimum 3 more felonies against my family since he's been, you know, since the day that Andrea passed. And I'm putting that only in YouTube TOS terms. You all know what word I want to use. And I have contacted his investigators. I have direct line contact with his investigator, and I have proven to them that he has committed these felonies against us since then. So my question is, if you want this guy for this case, why aren't you taking him in on these felonies that he's committing? Like, I'll give you an example. He named my kids' schools on the internet and said that he was coming here as a threat.
I would have told him to show up and had the cops there.
Sure, but I mean, you're still talking about my kid's school. You know what I'm saying?
That guy does not care. I'm telling you guys. And then I'm going to tell you this right now. If I was you, just keep documenting it.
Well, that's what I do.
Give him
That's beside the
anything,
point, though.
but don't give him anything. Just document it and share it to who
Sure,
you
but
need to
my
share it to.
point is that the information and the proof was passed along to his investigator.
And they don't
So,
care.
well, yeah, right. So that's my thing. It's not that they don't care. It's that my question is, why have they not charged him with these? There's been 3 felonies. So, you know, if you make a threat to a school, you know, to children at a school, we all know how seriously they take that, right? I mean, how many cases can we think of where they've caught the perpetrator previous to the action for making the threat, right?
Plenty.
They could easily have him in a jail and question him or record him in a cell, you know, whatever they want to do to continue to investigate.
I mean, they could have had him for being at that house when he wasn't supposed to be after the judge had just told him. There's plenty of reasons why they could have him. They just don't.
There it is. That's what I'm saying. Why is he? It's almost like instead of, you know, getting him for his crimes, it's almost like they're protecting him from getting charged for these crimes. And that's what I'm questioning now. I'm wondering,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what's with these police agencies, you know, keeping him from going to jail when he commits crimes, because he does it almost on a daily basis on his internet program.
I'm going to tell you right now, he told us in the beginning of this live stream, and what I'll do is we can email you this live stream, or I can drop the link in the chat, and you can go watch it from the beginning. He told us from the beginning that he was a public official, or he was a public servant, basically. So
yeah, he's a liar. He's not a public servant.
he was a public servant for Delaware, he said. So that right there tells you he's got some kind of immunity
No,
with cops. No,
I
I'm
don't.
just saying. I'm just saying what I
You're
know.
saying what he
with
said,
cops.
right?
No, I'm saying with cops, just cops and government. Because we record government, right? So we know
Yeah.
what's going on in the background. Like for who was it? Somebody that went in. I think it's Levi Truth. Audit them when they all go into these buildings, right? And the government, or the public servant that's in the back or behind the little screens and whatever. So he could have been like not dispatched, but at the front desk at one point, and he got fired from it, of course, or they let him resign. So he's getting this little money because he's broke. Accordingly, he's supposed to be broke, but yeah, he's got a family attorney and he's got this and he's got that.
Right. Well, yeah, and he's doing this fraudulent nonprofit.
Mm-hmm. Well, the
know.
nonprofit was actually established by Andrea.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it doesn't commit fraud. The nonprofit itself might be legit, but it's committing fraud.
Well, yeah, he's
For example, he did a fundraiser saying that he was doing a mental health rally, but it was at my children's school, right? Like he's saying, and he has no connection with anybody at the school. Like they took that as a threat at the school. They red flagged. Oh my God, if this crazy person shows up. So they're not working with this nonprofit.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's fraud. If you're collecting money under false pretense through your 501c3, you're committing fraud with your 501c3. And that, I mean, let's all face it, obviously Rabbit is a fucking fraud.
Right. So
Um,
Stephanie said there's a YouTube video out there with Mitchell County Sheriff Department involving stolen generators that I wonder if Billy's connected. So that came out too from, I believe, Sean Porter. I'm not sure if it's this video, but Sean Porter was saying that or not that he was saying that the sheriff is actually connected, that's what Billy, I think, has a hold on the sheriff, is because the sheriff was actually involved in these stolen generators also.
I looked into it. I can tell you more. So
because I think that's what he's blackmailing the sheriff with, and that's why he's getting away with a lot of the stuff.
Well, it can't blackmail him because the sheriff's agency got caught. Like it's flat out busted. What happened was one of the sheriff department employees had one of the generators that were supposed to go to a different place in the bed of their truck in line. Oh, wow. It's all on video.
And the sheriff that showed up was also had, they did what they do. These cops, they do what they do. They go from one precinct to another. So he's already been fired for covering up as suicide. That wasn't a suicide. So he's only repeating his actions in a whole nother county.
What now?
The sheriff also covered up a suicide. Like he made the house look like it was a suicide. So I think that's what he did that night.
Yeah, the sheriff is incriminated.
Incriminated. Yep.
By assisting make it look like a suicide at Andrea's death.
That's what it's been said. So, because he's already did it before, so now he's repeating it.
Well, and they did. I mean, to the best of my understanding, all they did was just fail to treat it like an MUR. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he even went in the house. I don't think he even pulled hair out of the drains.
No, they didn't. They did not. That's what I'm saying. So they did not treat it as a. Can I say the M word on here, or do you get pegged?
Unaliving. We'll
okay.
There was more than one generator in the truck in the video I watched.
So. Okay, right. Yeah, what they were doing was there was a load of generators that was brought. First of all, you have to understand how the distribution of the donations were going. I was there, and the way it worked was like every block or two, like it depends on how rural the area was that you were in. In the downtown parts, it was like every block had a tent and some storage containers, right? Or like a garage. Mm-hmm. And what they would do was at nighttime, they would move everything into the storage container or the garage. And then it's like before daylight, they were out there putting it out underneath the tent with their tables. And they had the people that would help, right? The nonprofits and the, volunteers. And anyone that needed it would just walk up to the volunteer or to the nonprofit person, and they would say, I need water, I need dog food, I need, and so it was like grocery stores, if you will, but it was all donations. So
Right.
you would just go to the tent that had the supplies that you needed. Now, as far as these generators go, there was a special request made by one of those donation points requesting generators for specific people. I think it was for people with disabilities. If I recall, it was for people with disabilities that lost electric and were going to be out of electric for a certain period of time. So you had to, like, if you were going to be a recipient of one of these donations, you had to like give them some information to sort of, you're not proving that you need that product, but you're saying, here's why I need it, right? And, so they weren't just like free willy-nilly giving it to anybody that wanted it. It was just, if you need it, here it is. So
Right.
as far as I understand on those generators specifically, they were requested by that nonprofit. And that nonprofit was who busted the sheriff. It was one of the volunteers for that nonprofit that busted the sheriff's deputy taking the generators. So they weren't supposed to get them because those generators, those specific generators, it was the exact same model, exact same brand from the exact right building. And they said, what are you doing with these generators? You're not supposed to be taking these. We already know who these are going to, So that was the question of the generators. And of course, the deputy's reaction to the fire department guy that was helping distribute those generators and the volunteer guy, right? Their reaction was to treat them as if they were criminals, right? They were like, what are you doing getting in our faces and get out of here, turn that camera off, that kind of stuff. So, they intimidated instead of just explaining themselves, which makes them look even more guilty.
Right.
And there's the sheriff's department. I don't think Rabbit has any influence on the sheriff through that personally. Now, I mean, if more information comes out, I'll concede to it more. But right now, I don't see that being as powerful as to think, well, we do know that there's been a lot of accusations that the group at Camp Unknown were all on methamphetamines.
Right.
That's what we know. We know that many people say, yeah, they're all a bunch of dope heads up there. And I would concede to that in a heartbeat because everyone that I seen myself looked like that, right? So, and they behaved that way. So, like, for me, I mean, what are you going to do? Act like you can't tell if somebody's on something when they're tweaking out in the middle of a city, half naked and swinging a blanket through the air while they sing Ring Around the Rosies. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell when they're on dope. And I concede that the people at Camp Unknown were probably messing with some kind of narcotics. So I think that there's a lot behind the concept of Rabbit gets busted in some stuff. They're not completely sure if he committed the crimes or not, but they're probably more interested in busting this fraud and drug ring because that's how the government is. They're addicted to drugs. They're addicted to money. So they're a lot more likely to solve a stolen money, like a fraud case and drug case than they are solving an unliving, right? So what if Rabbit knows he's up shit creek if he starts saying, I'll give you any information you want about any of these people I know about?
Right. Blackmail.
That makes the most sense to me. And I think that's why he's being, I think that's the perception of protection. I think he's just, they're keeping him out there as long as they can while they can continue to bust, or build a case against as many people as they can, because the sheriff's department wants to look good to the public. Oh, look, we solved this 5-year-long drug, fraud ring.
Right.
They don't care about solving an unliving.
So Stephanie said there are cases against Rabbit for theft of hurricane supplies that were recently dropped.
Really?
Said, I don't know why, but so they dropped those. I guess
when?
I'm not sure. I guess because he had court not too long ago. But the arrest happened before Andrea passed.
Oh, so okay. So it's been a while.
So he's probably played the sad story that he's lost his wife, so judge felt sympathy and let it, let that go.
No, because if it was dropped, it didn't go to a judge more than likely. I need to see those records.
They talked to the prosecutor. So his dad does have has influence with the government too. So Stephanie's gonna look for the dates for you.
Yeah, Stephanie, if you'll send me any paperwork you got on that, it'd be appreciated. I can get records, so just send me whatever you got.
Welcome in, Slideshow. Welcome in, Sean.
You know, on that video,
We're just
Rabbit
after-
was saying he got kicked out of Camp Unknown with his supplies. He said I don't have the supplies, I don't have everything. And he got kicked out. If he got kicked out, then it means they donate the stuff that belongs to him. It belongs to the camp people, you know? If
Well,
he got kicked out, they would give
He
it back to
used the
him.
nonprofit though. He used the nonprofit.
It doesn't
to
matter.
pay them.
Hold on. Whoa. The timeline matters more than anything. So if the donations were previously at Camp Unknown, and that's where the donors wished for them to be stored and distributed,
Right.
then Rabbit has no business taking any of their donations. And I mean, that
Right.
part's pretty obvious. Now, even if he is 501c3, now if those donations were given specifically to his 501c3, then that would be a different story. Like it depends on where the donors, because you got to think there's two elements to a procedure or a process of catching a crime. You have to have a victim and you have to have a crime, right? And the victim matters almost as much as the crime itself. Like there has to be that element if you're talking about a victim crime. So in this case, when you're talking about fraud or theft, you have to have a victim for either one of those. So if you're talking about someone who says, hey, I believed that my $1,000 contribution was going to this specific 501c3 for this purpose, and then it doesn't happen, well, then the victim has to be the person that donated the $1,000 thing. All right. And it has to be a crime. So you would have to establish that they did not get it to that right place and that it didn't go for what they told you it was going for. So going back to Camp Unknown versus Rabbit's 501c3, if Rabbit only took supplies that were donated specifically to his fraud, then, you know, they would say, well, those go with Rabbit because he's the 501c3, you know, then they would have to worry about whether he actually distributed it to the purposes that he claimed when he received the donations. But it sounds to me, and look, I've been through there. I saw what they had going on. Right down the road was Walmart. Okay. That's where I was. That's where Rabbit told me to wait for him. Okay. Walmart was the biggest help distribution point out of everything I saw while we were in North Carolina. It was huge. They had tents through like a big parking lot. They had the, you know, tree services trucks. They had the electric company trucks. They had areas where they were all parked and staged for doing their work, you know, and then inside the store, they were giving away the hot meals. You know what I mean? Like that's where everyone in that area would have gone for a legitimate help point. It would have been Walmart, not Camp Unknown. Camp Unknown was just an unorganized bunch of weirdos out there running around like chickens with their heads cut off doing shit for YouTube. You didn't see, you know, what? So let's just say, put yourself in the shoes of a hurricane damage victim, right? You're on top of this hill. It's a rural area. There's a Walmart that you shop at on a daily basis right up the road, okay? And then down the road from that, like in some field, you got some drug addicted weirdos out there doing shit for YouTube and lying on the internet about the situation.
Right.
You know that you need, I don't know, water and blankets. They're available at Walmart for free. All you got to do is go to Walmart. Who's going to go to Camp Unknown?
The druggies?
Nobody.
No, because they're gonna go to Walmart to get the free shit.
You're going to go to Walmart. You're going to get a hot meal. You're going to get your cased water. You're going to get your blankets. You're going to get your heaters. You're going to sign up for relief. You know, it's all at Walmart, which is just right up the road from Camp Unknown. Nobody was going. No victims were going to Camp Unknown. It was unheard of. They were only on the internet claiming to be heroes.
Right.
There was no legitimacy to that. They were lying about it. They were saying that Red Cross wasn't there helping. They were saying that the military was only there to violate people's rights. You know what I'm saying? They were lying on the internet. Everyone there knew that there really was help. Everyone there knew that Walmart was the distribution point for Spruce
Right.
Pine. They weren't
Well,
going to
and I
Camp
think
Unknown.
what it was Andrea realized, or she noticed something. She found out that the nonprofit that she thought she was doing with the Savage Saints, because she even put it in Savage Saints. Like, why would she do that? You know, like a lot of this stuff is not adding up to me.
Well, the first thing, and I hate to say this, but the first thing that you're going to have to face is that Andrea was not a bad person in any of this. So don't get me wrong. But Andrea was also trying to do things to please the people around her.
Right.
The people around her were doing some real bad things. Okay.
Right, because she saw it. That's what I don't understand. Like, I think she
that's
saw
what
it.
she was leaving for. She left for that
Right.
purpose. But it was a process for her to leave. She didn't do it immediately. Okay. Therefore, she was complicit in a lot of the shit that was going on, including the 501c3, in my opinion. I think she was like, you know, really struggling with herself for doing anything wrong. And that's why she ultimately said, get the fuck out of my life, Rabbit. I'm moving. I'm changing my life. You know,
Right.
But the 501c3 was never legit, even though Andrea created it.
No, they finally got the official paperwork.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that it wasn't a legit 501c3 on record. I'm saying it was never a legit corporation. It never was helping people.
Right.
Other than the drug addicts that were abusing it.
Right. And it went from tree trimming to, at one point, was going to be doing something with the dogs, training dogs.
It goes to whatever Rabbit wants it to be.
Right.
Overnight.
Now it's
like minute by minute.
Tribute to Andrea.
And I want to make it clear, I'm not trying to knock Andrea down by any means. I'm just saying we got to be open to accept all the factors to be able to understand what happened.
I don't knock Andrea. I would have loved to have met her. I still want to meet her, and I know I can't. But I never had nothing bad to say about her. She would always come in the chat and say hi. You know, like everybody does on YouTube. Like the people that I know, even if, because everybody says it's the 1A. Well, okay, yeah, it's 1A, but we all come together. We're united because we come together. It's kind of like church, right? We have a congregation right now. We probably have at least 22 people in here, so that's a whole church.
Hey, Westside, hold up, thought. That's what she's wanted to explain in the email when he sent to San Juan. You know, I think she was discussing what's going on with the camp. You know,
when I asked about the email, because I got the email now, and I asked about the email and the date on it, because like for public safety said about dates, right? I looked at the date. It says March 11th. I think Billy's birthday is around March 11th. Or not March, April, or May 11th. So May was also when I think, March when they got married, they combined everything. So Billy's in all the accounts, Billy. So that's how she finally realized she had an account, or that she could get into the account the week before she passed. So March 11th, supposedly she wrote an email to San Joaquin. Now, why would she write an email to San Joaquin? Yeah, they may be talking and all this stuff, but why would she write an email talking about 1A and this and all this stuff, talking shit? She would never. Me personally, I don't think she would talk shit like that. That's all stuff Billy has either said, been said, and is said.
Yeah, because I mean, my thoughts on that. And what Rabbit's doing today with Andrea is by smearing her name.
Mm-hmm.
If that were the case, if she really felt the way Rabbit's claiming she felt, why is it not coming out until she can't defend her name?
Exactly. I said that too yesterday when we were playing this.
Now, we all question 1A at some point, the deeper you get. Like maybe in the very beginning, you don't question the community, but at some point, everyone who gets in to the community eventually says
the email was 7 days after the marriage.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not verifying that email by any means. If anything, I think Billy wrote that.
Exactly.
Right. But what I am saying is that there may be some concept to, you know, did Andrea question the community, you know, having holes or leaks or something like that? Of course, we all do. Because we're aware that there are snitches, there are people that are in it for nefarious purposes to destroy it. I mean, look at Chris Ruff, for example. We all know that that's his purpose, right? So for a person to look at 1A back when Chris was claiming to be 1A, then of course, you know, you see his actions, and if you're in the community, you're gonna go, man, what's up with the community not handling that trash? You know what I'm saying? Within. So like, she probably did make a couple statements here and there questioning some things, but there's no way she was against it because she was way too supportive to be against it.
Right.
Way too supportive. You
Right.
know, Rabbit's a liar. He's a liar. He's an unaliver. He's trash. He intimidates children. He makes threats to schools. He uses his platform to do damage to other people. You know, there's nothing good about that nut job.
Right.
Nothing. You know, so if you're comparing apples to oranges with Andrea and Billy, I mean, come on. Billy's the bad guy, right?
Right. And a thief.
And a thief and a
I
fraud.
think, to tell you the truth, I think he's a massive manipulator. He's been probably doing this since he's a kid. He's just mastered it at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I
how
see
do you
right through
call
it.
the network son though? Because she's not his mom. So why would you put son? Like, well, you would change that. Like, you would change that to husband, or you would change that to my significant other. Like, you wouldn't leave that as. That's why I don't believe that documentation. I don't believe that email. I mean, it's got a notarize on it, so maybe it's a true email. I don't know. I think it's been notarized by that guy, but he went and he whited out certain names, which is her son's names, or one of the older sons, one of the younger sons,
Mhm.
because he also said the kids don't deserve nothing. Her dad doesn't deserve nothing.
That's what Rabbit said.
Rabbit said this.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
said he's entitled to everything. This is when she died. Like right after she died, maybe a month or two after she died, he's on a panel and he's telling GS and whatever he's saying with GS that she don't deserve nothing. His family don't
too.
her dad doesn't deserve nothing. Well, remember, everything's in a trust. So even him trying to sell that shit on Facebook, and that's so like you were saying, all these are felonies. Well, he's on Facebook after they told him he can't. Yeah, including the ashes. He will not give her ashes. He told the dad that he needs to give him money for ashes.
That's extortion.
But they still ain't got him. What did secret agent girl? What is it? Courtship. She has a courtship. She's in a courtship right now with Billy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
That's
she's in a
so.
courtship with Billy.
I mean, if you're gonna believe when Todd got angry that he was actually starting to expose some of Rabbit's guilt, you would have to consider the part that he said about secret courtship and Rabbit, that they've been a couple since Andrea's unaliving. So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to believe anything because we know those people are all liars. Like Todd's a liar, Rabbit's a liar, secret courtship is a liar. They're all liars, so it's hard to know when they are telling the truth. However, my experience with Todd Bryant is that when he throws his fits, he is putting something factual on the table so that there can be animosity or grievance, right? Like when he said those things, like, and showed the pictures of the stolen stuff in the garage, that was big. Like, even though Todd's a liar,
exactly.
when he showed those pictures, I'm like, oh shit, this one is proven now. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's
Billy
some
had to
serious
push him.
evidence.
Billy literally had to push him to the edge for him to show this. So he's had these pictures the whole time.
Oh yeah, he took them.
He has
He's lying
evidence.
about them now, but he took those pictures because he helped put them in there. And just like he said, I mean, I
He
think
did.
that
He
Todd
said he
was
did
telling
that
the
too.
truth. I think Todd was telling the truth about two things that night. I think one, Rabbit and Secret Courtship have had a secret courtship going on all along. And I think that the other thing he was telling the truth about was that they were all aware that Rabbit was stealing those donations. That's the two things that I believe what Todd was saying was true.
But see, Todd is implicated in it because he helped, right?
Yeah, but he's a dumbass. He's so stupid. He puts his feelings above his, you know what I'm saying?
Remember, he's
Above,
neutral. He said he's neutral. He doesn't want. He didn't know.
well,
he didn't know
neutral
nothing, but
coming
he
out
had
of
to-
Todd's mouth when you hear the word neutral, that's a lie.
Exactly.
Right.
We
So
already
you
do.
got to decipher
Yeah, we do.
what you got to decipher what's lies and what's truth coming out of liars' mouths. Sometimes they say things that are factual in the midst of their lies, even. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I know that for a fact with Todd,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like for a
yeah.
fucking fact.
We can see
So,
right
but I
through
do
his
believe those two
strong
elements were true. I believe one, Rabbit and Secret Courtship, whoever that bitch is, have been fucking for a long time, and she may even be part of the reason why Andrea's going through that.
Exactly.
She might have helped.
I mean, what other purpose does she
Because-
have to come on and lie for them? Right? Like, look at her
Defend.
attacking me. I'm a person with I'm a
came
person
over
with
to the chat.
resources. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. Sorry.
Her purpose in attacking me, I think, because I don't know who this bitch is. She don't know who I am. She only knows what she's told to do. Go sick 'em puppy, right?
Yep.
So I think the reason they would tell her to go sick 'em puppy on me is because I'm a person with direct resources against Rabbit's case, and I'm a person that has gotten under Todd's skin. So when those two were, I'll use Todd's words, front mounting one another.
Yep.
Back in their front mount days when they were really gay together, well, they were a team. So when the other furry Secret Courtship got involved, the team said, "Hey, go sick this person, puppy." And what other purpose does this
All of a
bitch
sudden,
have?
she just came out and she knows the lore. She
Oh,
knows
she
all
knows
about it.
everything. She's been around for over a year.
Oh yeah, but she only has an account for 2 months. But of course,
Well,
that could
anybody can make an account. I can make another
Right.
account right now and pretend to be a different person.
be right. There's what is it called? Sock accounts.
Mhm.
Plenty
Well,
of
I mean,
sock.
I could make another account right now and pretend that I'm not me behind it. You know what I mean? Like easy.
I mean, everybody's been. I mean, there's a bunch of people do that.
Sure.
Everybody's still trying to figure out who Pink Taco is.
Right. But as far as her, I'm pretty sure that she's just somebody that's been very close to Rabbit. I think that her name tells a lot. Her screen name tells a lot. Secret Courtship.
Well, now
I
it's
mean-
Secret Agent Girl.
Yeah, but it was Secret Courtship.
Uh-huh.
That's what her mind came up with when she entered as this new person. So her, I can't remember the word for it. Alter ego was, I am a girl who is courting someone in secret.
And knows
Obviously meaning sexual relationships. So, and what did Andrea and Billy, what was Andrea's problem? She caught Billy in sexual relationships, right?
she got married, and then in May she caught him doing what?
He was on
Pet
those
Life.
gay sex sites.
Sex sites, Fed Life,
Yeah.
wanting to do stuff with animals.
Right, the furry
Like he
stuff.
should
right.
already be in jail with the animals. No, not even the furries, because he's, I believe, done. Yeah, well, yeah,
That
I know what
too,
you
I
mean.
think.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah, the growth,
snitches.
and I'm
Growth.
sure that disgusted Andrea. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would it not? Any normal person would be disgusted to find out that they've been bedding with a person
Yes, she
that's
caught him,
like that.
Perry. She caught him. She caught him on different sites. Wasn't there something else? She caught him different sites. She was told about Christy Ray. I think the week she passed, or a couple days she passed, she found all this stuff out like a week before she was unalive, or red rum. Yeah, which is crazy.
To me, it just like if I were a pig, if I were an investigator looking into this, I would just be like, oh my god, everything points at Billy. Everything.
Well, okay, first of all, if you go back and you listen to, right, you listen to his beginning where he's on a panel and he's saying that he had this premonition at like 11 o'clock in the morning while he was tree trimming and all this stuff, and he almost got sucked up in a wood chipper, so he had to shave his head. And well, he got home and he shaved his hair and his beard and all this stuff, and then he found Andrea. She shot her. She unalived herself or suicide herself.
So see how you're coming in hot with a bunch of things that are excuses, right? Keep
Right,
going.
right.
He says that he walked in and passed a dog bowl, and
Yeah.
the dog
That
bowl
was
was more
full.
full than he expected. Now
Mhm.
here's the thing:
Mhm.
why would you even mention that? If I'm questioning you on a major event that just occurred,
Right.
and you are a person who experienced it as a victim of witnessing something that horrific, you're not going to go into all those details with excuses about every step of the way.
Nope.
You're not going to
He
say,
stopped at Hobby Lobby and got some new crafts to make her a new coffee cup. So did he break the coffee cup, or they just make coffee cups and they have tons of coffee cups? I mean, if we're really gonna
well, I
be
mean,
telling stories, you need to go in details. I mean, like, why not?
well, I say no. You wouldn't go into details like
You
that.
wouldn't. You
If
wouldn't.
you're
You wouldn't
if
talk
you're a
about 3
person,
dozen eggs either.
yeah, no. If this is the very first time you're being asked what happened here, you're going to say, I don't know. I came home from work and she was gone.
Mhm.
Right? That's how much detail you're going to put into it. You're not going to go, well, I went
You
and got
wouldn't
a
go in the
coffee
house.
mug, and here's what was on the coffee mug, and this is what I think about coffee mugs for 5 hours, and then move on to the next thing. Well, I
But you
had a
wouldn't rush
premonition.
home. You wouldn't rush
What's that?
home though, right? You wouldn't rush home and check on her. You wouldn't go right in the house and, oh, Andrea, or babe, where are you? Like, honey, I'm home.
His whole story is an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
None of it is,
Tons
oh
of
my God, I
little.
just found my wife unalived. Okay. He barely even says anything to that part.
They
The
went to
details in
Pizza.
his recollection, alleged recollection, are specifically, let's focus on the excuses. If you listen to his story, he's focused on the excuses, and you get very little detail about what happened.
What actually
Right?
happened. And then he goes
Right.
into details that, okay, so first of all, okay, not everybody knows about 1A, or they, like, we're all watching videos, but we know, right? You don't touch the gun or the pew pew.
Right.
You don't clean it, for one. I mean, and that was a whole nother story down here way on the other end when he finally said that too. I don't too far along, but he did say that, mention it, that he took it apart and he cleaned it, and he, I guess not really cleaned it, but he took it apart and he showered. He went straight to the shower. He shaved.
In
Now,
another room. Remember, he said he went to a different bathroom.
Mhm.
And then here's another big one that I caught. He said that when the cops got in the house, that they had to, because he said that he did not stop CPR on her in that bedroom.
Mhm.
So he made the cops force entry into the bedroom to get to her, because
the
he
door was
said
locked.
now let me ask you this: how the fuck did you get locked in the room with her if you didn't lock the door? He had to think about locking the door.
Well, the other part too that he went into details was that shit, what was it that what was it that I was gonna say again? Because there's so much that the whole Don Carney thing too, right? Or no, not the Don Carney. It was the door being locked, and
door
that the
being locked.
front door was locked too.
Yeah. So they
And
had to
then,
bust in to get into the house, and then they had to break into the bedroom
right.
where he and
Well,
she were at together.
he said he didn't stop CPR, but he, at one point, the story was he stopped CPR to go open the door.
Well, that's what he said, because they were breaking it in. He said because they were kicking it in, he is the only reason he got up, stopped doing CPR. That
Right.
was what he was doing in his excuse. He
Right.
said, I had to get up off it. That's what happens when you're interrogating a guilty subject, is to give too many details.
Yep.
And that's what he was
so
doing.
why would you be doing CPR, which is chest compressions on head wound?
Well, he might not have known better. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. However, yeah, I mean, it's a good question, because I'm sure at some point he's claimed to know what to do. So maybe it's different for him than it is for me. I wouldn't know what to do, though. I would just call the 911. You know what I mean? and do whatever. I would probably just cry and hold her. I don't know. But I damn sure wouldn't rack the gun. I wouldn't have locked the door. I wouldn't have shaved everything, all my hair off. I wouldn't have, had all these details to recollect. I would just know that that's what happened. I walk in, I find her, and I'm devastated. And he's not devastated. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
This dude, his fake cries only last 2 seconds, and they're ridiculously overplayed.
To tell you the truth, I don't think he ever really cared about her at all.
Well, it'd be awful hard to do what he did.
There's another. There was also another thing too, that this was planned from November. It was. I think it was. I don't know if it was slipped, but it's been planned since November.
Yeah, well, maybe we should ask Secret Courtship about that. That's what I've been doing. She's been trying to get in the graces of other channels that are around me, and
Right.
So I've seen her in chats, and I've asked her, like, what's up with this? Todd, was he telling the truth when he said that you and Rabbit were banging even before possibly Andrea's unaliving? And she won't answer. She says, okay, cool, Chris. Nice story. Instead of giving any plausible answer. If I were someone who was not banging Rabbit, right? And a person that I've been, known to dispute with says, were you banging Rabbit at this date? I would just say, fuck you, no. Right?
Right.
If I wasn't.
Right.
If I was, I would probably say, haha, cool story, nice try. I wouldn't answer the question. That's exactly what she's doing. She is refusing to answer the question.
Or you could be that horrible little, hoe bag that slept with the very girl's husband and just blatantly say it that you did.
Right, but she's
either or. Like you said.
she's not answering the question. She's avoiding
She's not
it
going to
for a
answer the
purpose.
question. That's not part of their little coaching. Wasn't part of
Let me
her.
ask you all this. Let me ask everybody in here this. Put a one in chat if you think that her and Rabbit seem very good right now, very happy with each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They seem happy with each other right now. So maybe, their own. I'm just guessing here. This is just my guess, but maybe, they had to get Andrea out of their way.
I'm surprised she hasn't come in the chat.
Yeah, come on up, Secret Courtship. Defend yourself.
Oh, what did she say? Oh, it doesn't. Who cares? Or what did she say? Why does anybody need to know if you got married? Well, first off, most women have pictures, and they're willing to show off those fucking pictures. No matter who they're with, who they're showing, they're gonna show off those pictures. Honeymooning is coming in the new relationship. Yeah. Well, let's just hope she makes it out.
Am I a cold person for saying I don't care?
I don't care either. I'm just saying,
well, it's the right thing to do. We should care about all life, I guess.
I do care about life, but at the same time, you know what's going on. You're like, she's literally going through videos with Billy, and we've never seen these before. This is a blind reaction. No, ho, you guys studied these videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're working hard to cover up together. They're working real hard.
Video.
Mm-hmm.
And they got their story jam packed, but they also had their story jam packed when we were on not Secret Agent. What's her Mountain Mama?
Yeah.
You're in the other chat. You are in the other chat.
I've noticed a lot of confusion in the viewers' understanding of the way things operated in North Carolina after the hurricane. Right, like I witnessed that firsthand. And it wasn't as willy-nilly as it seems like people might have thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just like, hey, people are sending shit to people and that's it. That's not where it ends. Like, they were very organized. There were distribution points. There were, volunteers. There were nonprofits. There were, government agencies. They were all coordinated when you went there. It was very coordinated.
Right.
To the best it could be. Obviously it was after a natural disaster, so it was a mess. But at the same time, in that mess, there were coordinated efforts that were working together. And the one that does not fit out of the story that on YouTube about it is Rabbit's part of it.
Right.
Like he
Well,
was lying. He was, he was lying about stuff. And
right.
so was Andrea, to be quite frank. Andrea lied to me. Because I was a little upset whenever I heard her and Rabbit together, back when she was defending him. She was defending him and he lied. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why are you doing that, girl? Why are you
Well, it
defending
could have
him?
been that she was naive because, right, Billy's a manipulator, and maybe she did not lie, or maybe she didn't know, or like I don't know.
Well, yeah, and look, I understand people who are in abusive relationships. I get
Mhm.
it. You're gonna not be perfect, and I
Naive.
don't expect that of her. I'm just saying that, their stories that they were putting out on the internet were not true. There was some truth to it. Yes, there was a natural disaster. Yes, there were mudslides. Yes, there were people that were in disarray and even deaths. Okay, it was happening, but the way they were presenting it was not true. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I had a hard time with that. I even, had a moment where Andrea and I were actually literally arguing in chat, which I hate. I hate that I had that experience with her before she passed, because I think she was a good person. It's just, my point is that the whole what's it called, Savage Saint things,
Mhm.
this thing, it's a fucking lie. Yes, it's an actual recorded on record 501c3, but everything it's doing is a lie. It's been based on a lie the whole time. Like, for example, they said that Red Cross was not there. Well, Red Cross was there. I saw them. They had tents too. They had buildings. They were bringing resources. They said that the government was abusing people's rights that were there, like the troops that were there to help.
Mhm.
That was a lie. I saw nothing to support that, and I was looking for that. Like when I was there, because I'm a person who don't trust the government, right? That's one of the things that I would have jumped all over to publish, to expose.
What's up, Caucasian?
I even specifically asked nonprofit leaders while I was there, has the government done anything negative in this situation? They're like, no, actually, they've helped a lot. Everybody said that, except for Rabbit. Rabbit was lying and saying that they were there to do nefarious stuff. Well, in that situation, I didn't see any of that, and I looked hard for it, and I'm pretty good at finding that shit. They said that, like one day, they said that they caught. Get this. They said that they caught Mexicans breaking in their house or trying to break in their house. And what it turned out to be was the working crews that were out there to clean up the power lines and the internet. It was just people working to bring the town back to life. And Billy and Andrea were claiming that they were there to rob people. Like, that's fucked up, man.
I think that was Billy and Don Carney.
Well, yeah, but I got in an argument in chat, and Andrea said it too. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not bashing Andrea. I'm just saying.
No, I think she said it just because she was, hearing it from him, and it just what
Sure.
secret agent thing or whatever her name is doing, basically just going what somebody else said.
Well, sure, yeah. If you're going to be in a relationship with someone like William,
Mhm.
Billy, you're going to have to, in order to sustain that relationship, you're going to have to play his game. Otherwise, you're going to be out of the relationship and potentially, on the other end of a thing that you can't say on YouTube.
Yeah, pew pew.
So, and listen, Secret Courtship, if you're listening, Secret Scallywag, you're putting yourself in danger, girl. And that's on you. If that's what you choose to do with your life, we can't help you.
Well, even Press Harder said, or he said that everybody should be careful for Billy and don't help him, and he wanted this to go out through all of the 1A community and other communities. Gregory's been helping great with that, getting the story out, because Lion One was in everybody's chat. It didn't matter if you were 1A, if you weren't 1A. It didn't matter. She was in your chat. You would see her in anybody's chat and she would say hi to you, It didn't matter who you were. She still said hi. She still had a conversation with you.
And
I mean,
she was very supportive. She
Mhm.
was very supportive.
Yep. She supported GS, but he doesn't recognize that, I guess. At this
Yeah, and I do recognize that she supported me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like even though we had our differences, she was still very supportive. I
But that's the whole
appreciated
thing
Andrea.
about the First Amendment is having differences.
Sure,
Everybody's
it's okay.
gonna have a difference, right? Everybody's gonna do whatever. Yeah, you may not want to do stuff with the government, but you have to sometimes.
hmm
Just because we're against bad cops doesn't mean we're against the whole government. I mean, some people are, some people aren't. It's your opinion. You do what you want. You have a channel. You do what you want. Nobody
Right.
should be taking anybody's channel and doing this and doing that unless, I mean, if you do some stuff to kids and stuff, you shouldn't have a channel at all. But that's
Right.
also my opinion. But I don't know.
No, that's a pretty solid moral opinion. I think if you're doing stuff to hurt kids, you know.
Really, nobody should be doing anything to a kid. Let the kid grow up and be an adult, and nobody should be doing anybody nothing to. If you're not in your right mind and you say no, that means no. Whether
Right.
you're in your right mind or not, no means no.
Well, not just that, but what I've been pointing out that they've been doing to Tiffany's kids for the past year, you know, calling Department of Child Services and making up false stories. That shit too. You're hurting
At this
kids.
point,
Trust me.
at this point, CPS needs to do something themselves and start doing like it should be reported that it's a false report and put charges on those persons. You know,
They should be, and I mean, it is
they're not going
illegal
to.
for a purpose. You
They're
know,
not going to do it.
no, they won't.
Nope. Their benefit is to take somebody's child and put them in the systems and lose them and all that other good stuff you want to do.
Well, the last Department of Child Services worker that showed up on my door over Todd's campaign, I told her, I said, you know, do you want to put on your little report that the child's being abused? Because I know the abuser. And she said, well, who's that? And I said, it would be your agency. You keep coming and disrupting them. Leave them alone. You know, these are false reports coming from internet idiots. Leave them alone. Stop asking him too many questions every week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get that person's information and go to their door.
that's what I told her. I said, I know where it's coming from. You need to go ask them why they are using you as a tool to abuse children. Like, if you don't want to be the abuser, then it would be on you at this point to go to their door and say, why are you doing this to these kids? You know, isn't that what they're supposed
Why
to do?
is
Protect the
anybody
children?
even calling unless they have actual proof?
Well, that's the thing about child services. They're very unorganized. They have a high turnover rate. They don't have qualifications. They don't require, you know, many qualifications to get on board on that agency. So you got a bunch of derelicts that, you know, and I'm sorry to anybody who means
why
well.
even go like Perry said? That's bullshit. Using the system and your children's lives terrorized. Why would anybody in there? I mean, because obviously they're not in the right mind to even whether they like you or not. Why are they going after your children? Why is anybody still going over to that channel with him doing that on any kind of live stream or even if he's not doing it on a live stream? I'm sure he has a recording of it. Why is anybody even contributing to that? That's what guilty by association, which everybody uses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
Thank
like
you,
going
Westside. That's you're making my point that I've been trying to make for months now.
Well,
you
thank
know?
you for coming over. I'll help you anytime.
And I appreciate
I don't
that.
care. I don't care what anybody has to say. I really don't care. I have people coming in my chat telling me this and all about you guys, and I don't care.
No, you're welcome to look
I'm
into
on
it. 'Cause
YouTube for a reason, and my reason ain't for this little petty child elementary school shit. This
Right.
is elementary
Or
school.
you-
We've already gone through this. You know what? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. My eyes got ass whoopings for little bullshit like this. Me and my cousins would go play, and if one or two of the other ones fought, we all got our ass beat.
Hey,
We gotta go back to that shit.
Listen, let
Well,
me tell you, in my channel, if anyone have any beef, like with anybody, they're welcome to talk to each other. You know, it's good for
Come
them
on
to
up.
speak. You know,
We
I
got a
won't
link.
plug anybody. I won't plug anybody. I won't hit anybody. You know, a lot of people don't like each other. There's some chat. I understand that. You know, it's not.
Yeah, and at the end of the
Talk to them
day,
out.
Hmm.
I don't want to.
Communication.
I don't want to turn this away from Andrea, but I also don't want to leave this hanging there. At the end of the day, all the allegations that are being made against me and Tiffany, they've been trying to establish something against us for 2 straight years, and I'm talking daily. They've been trying, and they've failed because there is nothing there. There is nothing. That's why when I get on panel with any of these idiots that insist that they caught me in a lie or that I've done something to hurt somebody, when they get on panel with me, they can't name it ever. They can never name the lie. They can never tell me how I hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that ought to show you, at
Well,
the end of the day,
I'm just going to suggest to you, if you want, just call Mesa PD or Glendale, or not Glendale, Gilbert.
well, you think it's all coming from Ruff? I know where it all comes from. I've got a group of KKK from Carrollton that have been up my butt for a long time, and then they've merged with Todd. But it all comes from Tiffany's ex-husband. He's the one that's instigating all of it. He just gets into the group of bad people and lies to them, and gives them some false stuff on paper and he omits all the proof to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's happening. So you get this group that's actually Tiffany's ex-husband's supporters. That's what it boils down to.
Because I've been following you over 2 years, and it's weird. The ex people doesn't realize that it says on your old channel, but it's gone. All the videos are gone. And they look at all the videos.
All the proof was there.
You don't have any of the videos on backup anywhere?
Yeah, I'm not going to try to make this channel that channel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, not even that. Well, I was just going to say, can you send us, if you can go through and find some of your videos and send them to either me or Gregory. That way we can kind of highlight it a little bit, or like do a little video on it so we could.
Anytime you have a question of any specific thing, just let me know what it is, and I'll see if I can retrieve you the same proof that I put out before. But most of the things that are still circulating, most of the allegations that are still circulating, I've already disproven on this channel. It's just people haven't been watching this channel much. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I haven't done any new content like me going out boots to ground, and that's what builds YouTube channels in this genre. So I haven't built this channel is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries. Do what you need to do. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, and I don't know, like,
because I know for a fact the ex-husband wants the kid so bad. That's I know for a fact.
Yeah, he wants her because he wants to hurt Tiffany with her. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
But isn't she almost of age?
Yep.
She's almost of age though, 18, right?
No, she'd be 16 now. Yeah. She
okay, well, 2 years. 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not saying nothing of age or nothing like that. I'm saying even at 16, she could actually get restraining orders and stuff, or not restraining, or protection orders and stuff like that, to where she doesn't even. And that way, when CPS do try to show up, just show them that paperwork that he's not supposed to have no contact, and that lady's not supposed to be on your doorstep at all, and just get the avenues covered.
Well, just to clarify the recent situation with Todd, that's what that was. We filed a restraining order because Tiffany's still the legal custodian, like for legal purposes, legal stuff over her daughter too. You know what I'm saying? So when Todd, JJ, and Kaiser were stalking Tiffany's daughter, which they did for 2 years, you know what I'm saying? We filed the protection order when we got the proof.
And she was 14 at that point.
She was just getting ready to turn 14. So when it very first happened, the first incident of Todd going to her, she was 13. And then he did it again at 14 and he did it again at 15. He's done it 4 times that we have proof of.
So that's okay, but that doesn't make sense. Like, he's married. Why would he be even trying to talk to a 13-year-old? Like, what?
Well, hold
on. What
incentive
does he have?
Yeah, but you're making it sound like it's like sexual. That's not what we're saying. We're saying he's stalking
even that,
daughter.
You shouldn't be stalking nobody, whether it's sexual or not sexual. She's 13.
Yeah, you leave the kid alone. You know what I'm saying? He has no purpose even knowing Tiffany's child. If Tiffany wanted him to know her child or children, then the time to have done that would have been before we hated him, right? He
Right.
waited until he hated us and we hated him to start going and finding out Tiffany's kids. So that's stalking. He did it with a nefarious purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't interested in becoming friends with Tiffany's daughter. He wanted to do it because it would hurt Tiffany. How can we hurt Tiffany? Well, her daughter, right? That's what he did.
Well,
So
that goes back to the same with Andrea and her 2 kids.
yeah.
It
You
goes
see
back to
the
that, 'cause he said
those
kids don't deserve nothing. Well, yeah, they're 22, and I think they're 22, and up or lower, whatever. But still, they deserve their part of their mom.
you see the pattern that's
Mhm.
developing from that group of people.
Yep.
They attack people's children. It's disgusting. Yep.
But they're so high moral and they're God given and
Yeah, I want to find in the Bible where it says if you have a problem with somebody, stalk their children. You find me that line in the Bible.
or do unthinkable things, even if they're not really unthinkable, like talking to a 13-year-old and trying to get
Turn her
him.
against her mother. Yeah, trying to hurt her relationship with her parents. Right.
I mean, even that, just wait till she's 18. She decide wherever the fuck she wants to go. If she wants to be with her dad, she can go be with her dad. That's at 18. That's her decision.
Right. Well,
And I'm telling you right now, she probably does not want to be with him. If she does, she'll go over there. She'll call him. She'll talk to him. She at 16 right now. She would.
Well, hold on. I need to clarify this. The child has been a child since William, and that's Tiffany's ex-husband's name. Since William started his shit using the system as a tool, as a weapon, the child has always been under the power of the government for those matters. In other words, the government has pushed her and forced her for everything up to recently. Okay. Finally, she's in a place where if people would just leave her the fuck alone, like they should, then she might, she has a chance of just living a life. But the problem is that people like Todd want to keep on coming at her and including her in things after she's been through so much already. Like, just let her be a child. And that includes, what her father is doing.
Keep her off of YouTube. Don't let anybody, really, even that, change numbers, or not even change numbers, just give her a different phone. Have it limited to where she can just call you guys. And that sucks to be at 16 and not be able to do things you want to do. But yes, just leave her the fuck alone. Like, to tell you the truth, I don't have kids. But if somebody fucked with my kid, best believe some shit's gonna go down. And I'm telling you this right now, you guys better leave his kids alone. If you want to attack him, go for it. You're already doing it anyways by doing stupid ass videos that don't make sense, or that you just want them to. Really,
you're right.
You're only playing videos and bits and pieces of what you want to put out there. If your audience really cared about any of it, even of Andrea, they'll go watch full ass videos and watch the whole thing on their own and do their own research.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. This portion of the conversation, I was saying I have no problem, for everybody, like, go ahead, dig on all the accusations. You'll find at the end of the road that they were lies against me. Like, people were lying about me. That's how it's always turned out. You cannot be disgraced with false information ultimately. Like, at the end, you know what I'm saying? It looks bad for a minute because people believe the bullshit. You might, damage this person's reputation for a while, but ultimately someone is going to keep looking and they're going to go, oh God, it was a lie against them. You know what I mean? And that's what's happened in all of the allegations that were ever made against me and Tiffany. I always told Tiff that, when we got involved in doing what we do on YouTube, that vulnerability is a beast. Think of the movie Rocky Balboa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being vulnerable is a beast that you cannot fuck with. You can hit it and hit it and hit it. And at the end of the day, it's just going to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the way we see things, and talking about the kids is only going to put wind under their wings to do that more, right? They're going to use that because they're going, well, fuck, we can't hurt these people. what can we do? Well, they seem to be bothered by the stuff we do to the children. There you go. That's the ticket. So they do that even harder. Like, there's no way,
But that's
you
the
know.
mindset of this of everybody right now is to go after the children. And I don't
Yeah, it's
understand that.
gross.
Like, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, why would you go after the children?
Right. Yeah, it's gross. They're gross people, you know, and that's the only point that really needs to be made about that subject. Like, it's despicable that anyone supports that behavior, and we'll leave it at that, you know. But as far as I don't want to turn this into anything about me. Let's get back to the subject of Andrea Rabbit and secret courtship, you know, because I don't want to take energy away from that. I think that's way more.
I don't really think you did. I think it all ties into it. I mean, it's all tied together.
Well, it only
And I
is because
appreciate you coming
Rabbit.
up.
It only ties together because Rabbit is one of the people involved in trying to hurt me and Tiffany. So,
Exactly.
you know, and he did turn his YouTube channel into that. So, I mean, what people
He's
here
turned
know
her
of
YouTube
Rabbit.
channel into something different too.
Right. Well, mine's going to be whatever I make it, you know. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just showing,
You know what?
you know.
Okay. You know, I don't understand.
I'm sorry, Gregory.
You know what part I don't understand? Okay. The part I don't understand. If he's guilty and they have a trial, why you go live and tell everyone all about Andrea if you have a body cam, and the more you talk about it, it can ruin his case. You know? If I
doesn't
went on
care,
trial
though.
next, if I went on trial, I would be off of YouTube. You know?
Well, and they told him that. Remember, I think it was the detective Ashley or whoever supposedly told him that he shouldn't be on and that he shouldn't be talking. But
No,
yeah, he's still doing it.
Right. Then that's good for the detectives if they were to utilize that resource, because the more he talks on YouTube, the more he incriminates himself. You know, when I have spoken with his investigators, I have called them idiots. And I've said, you know what makes you an idiot? The fact that you're not watching every moment of everything that he does on social media, because you would have had him busted for this unaliving a long time ago.
Right after
And
it
you
just
can
happened.
use it in court.
The morning after, Sunday morning, when they all went to, what was it, Saturday, went to a pizza party for Andrea's life celebration. They went to a pizza party and they all had pizza on Andrea, basically.
Yeah, and
then
Todd was there and recorded some of it.
Yeah. And the next morning, they went back to the house and cleaned it up and cleaned the dog and did all this stuff in the house. Well, all the evidence is gone now. I mean, did they even collect anything? I don't even think they took the drains apart to even get the hair out of the drainage.
Yeah, no. The investigation was real sloppy so far. Yeah, I mean, I really think that
they had blood particles on his beard. That's why he shaved.
Well, yeah, he shaved for one reason, and I guarantee you it wasn't to look better.
And
it
wasn't
didn't have shit to do with a fucking wood chipper, you know?
Had nothing to do with the wood chipper.
The premonition. Jesus Christ. Like, who does this motherfucker think we are? Do these people think we're all just flat out fucking stupid?
Apparently we are. Apparently we are. According to them, we are. We're, what was it? The donuts, the EBT queens, and all this other bullshit that they had to like spin the narrative and let's play part of the video. Well, we are playing all of it. Like we said,
play the whole
there is
fucking thing.
video of Alicia playing the video. She just doesn't care to listen to it, or you know, like she doesn't want to hear it because it's sad. It's really sad. Like you can see the tears in everybody else's eyes, but you ain't seen one tear shared for Billy. Billy's over there celebrating and taking her little Humvee, or what is it? I forgot what it's called. The little the Tracer or whatever, the little buggy, and all her trucks and all this and stuff, and his little car or whatever. Where's the car at? Where's all the other
grifting
stuff?
off of her right now? Grifting off her, like literally getting money from people off of her death.
There was something else. The mental health awareness now that I think Stephanie or Gloria was mentioning that he's now grifting off of too.
Well, what that is, here's what that is. They're saying that I'm diagnosed unhealthy mentally. That's about me. And
they
the
also
reason
use
that
that
started,
Andrea too.
I have the recording of how that. Well, let me tell you what they're really doing with that. This is what Rabbit's really doing with that. You can verify it.
Mhm.
He wants to intimidate Tiffany through her children. So there was a panel one night where this started, this mental health awareness thing. This is where it started. First, they were accusing me of mental health issues, right? And then Rabbit said, I'm going to use my nonprofit to set up tents by your house. And they pulled up maps, and he was saying where he was going to put tents at, and they were the 2 elementary schools where Tiffany's kids go to school.
Well, right there,
So-
that should have been grounds for all kinds of shit right there.
Yeah, right there, right. And it was reported to his investigator, who apparently didn't do jack shit, but that's what that was. So he's saying that he's doing a car show at a school that is scared of him, by the way. The school's not working with that fake nonprofit at all. The school was, set up extra security. They contacted law enforcement. They're on guard because of that threat. They're not working with him to do a fucking car show. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lie. So this mental health awareness bullshit, that's what he's talking about. The dude is literally grifting money to intimidate children at their school.
Right. Well, and what you guys should have done was let him go ahead and set it up. And like I said, the cops would have been right there because
Well, I only
obviously
did what
the
I
school didn't like
did what I could do.
Right.
I reported it. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Right,
I can
right, right.
do.
You
Of
guys
course I'm
should
going to
just
protect
let
my
him show
children.
up. Tell him come on and show up. Because as soon as he gets within, because I'm sure, like, okay, so he's not supposed to be within, or he's not supposed to be even with guns, and he was around one.
Right.
And apparently the gun is not hers that she offed herself with. Supposedly, the one that she committed suicide with, she offed herself with a different gun. Apparently, that her gun was still in the same spot.
Yeah, and even bigger than that, he racked it. He racked it. Billy racked the gun. That's why
He said it.
he made the excuse that he cleared it. He racked it. That's
But-
the fingerprints.
Right. But they don't have any of that back yet, right?
Well, they got it. It's
But
just
on
a
the
matter of
video,
Mhm.
on the video, he says, when the cop came after Andrea got killed, he said, "Can I come to your house?" And Rabbi said, "No, I need a search warrant." And the cop
Okay,
came
so-
after 5 hours.
here's the thing. If when the police were there while, at the incident, when it occurred, they have exigent circumstances there, right? Like, there's a potential unaliving scene that they don't need a warrant for anything on that, right?
Right.
They have exigent circumstances. They're trying to, keep anybody else from a dangerous situation. That part, no warrant. Now, if they open an investigation due to, questionable factors, then they would get probable cause to each factor and go back with the warrant, But no, you don't, like for Billy to suggest that they needed a warrant to look at the stuff in the house at the time. Hell no, they don't need no fucking warrant. I mean, look at what they walked into.
That's
They don't
why
need a warrant.
he came back in the house and cleaned after 5 hours when the servant comes back in. I better they have more damage, more evidence. It's gone. When the cops came back, they didn't find nothing. Funny, isn't
What
it?
the cops should have done when they arrived, what they should have done is taped off that place, gotten
Exactly.
an order from a judge to open an investigation for unaliving, and they should have took Billy straight to the interrogation room, and they should have kept him for their 24 or 48 hours, depending on North Carolina's law, and they should have interrogated the fuck out of him that whole time.
Right. And collected all electronics.
And, collected all evidence out of that
All of
house. They should have gone through
Everything.
all of it,
Even
like you
the
said,
body
the
cam out of
pipes,
his truck, everything they should have got.
any
Because
security
so
footage
the
that
other thing
exists.
was that we got to make clear. She kicked Don Carney and Shelby out of that house. She evicted them. She did not want them there. I think that at that point is when she found the stuff from Billy,
Mhm.
and she was getting ready to leave. She's going home, which they say is heaven. I say Ohio because she was going to go back to Ohio, is what she said. So, like Don Carney was back in there the next day, Shelby was back in there the next day. They talked
Yeah.
about it on Mountain Mama's live stream. So we know all this. So secret courtship or secret agent, whatever, she can say whatever she wants to say, but we have proof of all this. We've already gone over it. That's our proof, and that's, I mean, because he said it. They all said it. They all had this. They literally all had that story straight between Don Carney. I don't know if we ever heard from Shelby, but Don Carney, Mountain Mama, was on the chat. There was another lady. There was even I think it was a pastor Dave, I think it was, or something. He mentioned something about to Billy to close his eyes and all this stuff on the live stream. We've gone through all that, like literally.
Mhm.
There's all your proof right there, and this detective is I don't know. I don't know how
It's
we.
almost like it's almost like what they're doing is keeping an eye on him,
Mhm.
on Rabbit, while he snitches on everybody for the stuff that the state's interested in, which is money and drugs, right?
Right.
And you know, they probably think they have it under control. The state probably thinks that they have it under control. Because let's face it, the government doesn't give a shit about your life, right? Individually, they don't care. They don't care if he does it again to somebody else. What they care about is catching as many people for clout as they can and getting as much money in their pockets as possible. You know, so they probably think they're keeping an eye on him. They probably think they have a good leash, nice and tight. He's probably turning people over left and right. They're building a big case against a bunch of people for their clout and their money, right?
Mhm.
And that's what's happening. Meanwhile, you got morons on the internet like Secret Agent Scallywag who are incriminating themselves. You got Rabbit, who's on the internet incriminating himself for a case that should matter more than drugs and money,
Mhm.
which is an unaliving. That's what the, you know, like that's the grievance that I have in this case with the government. I think that they are doing what I said. My question is why? Why do drugs and money come before an unaliving? You know, it's aggravating.
Well, because it's not an unaliving, it's a suicide right now, and
Well, that's just what
there's
that.
statistics that we looked up because Press Harder and I looked it up on one of the live streams also, and I forgot what the actual numbers were, but I mean I'm sure it's changed now, but I think it was 1 in like 200, or no, it was 1 in 200 or something like that was homicide, and then the rest were all suicides.
Right, I get that. I know what's on paper. You know, I know what the state's
But
doing
they're documenting, right?
and what they're not doing. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but what I'm saying is we all know because Rabbit, his girlfriend, Secret Horseship, and Todd have put enough information out there that we know the truth,
Right.
and they can keep going. I'm glad they won't shut up.
I'd say keep going. I mean, like you said, keep going. Yeah, you're only just proving us right at this point. And
Yep,
she,
let 'em keep
her
going.
trying to help him defend himself, ain't helping him really. It's
Are you
not
talking about
helping.
that Secret Horseship?
What
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So for her, you know, one thing that I'm saying about her is she has one thing right. You know, she keeps running around saying, "When you find out what I'm out here doing, you're going to be surprised." Right? That's her premise. Okay. Well, I do think she's right about that. I think the surprise is going to go backwards on her, though. It's going to backfire. I think the surprise when we find out who that bitch is, we're probably going to find out that she's been fucking Rabbit for a long time. And
Well,
that
I know. First off, I mean, I keep saying it because I looked at the name tag and the RN, and it says Courtney. Anybody
oh
can see the
really?
name or the spelling. It's Courtney.
Wow. So I'm wondering this: whose video are we going to have caught that bitch in out there?
I don't know, but Nova was gonna do some background checks, so I guess the next time we come back. But all I know is Courtney. I
Okay,
don't have
keep
the
going.
last name, but it
Oh,
says Courtney.
I got another question. This is one of the things that's kind of thrown me for a loop that I'm curious about. Todd was very specific to mention the car in the middle of all the donations in Rabbit's garage. Does anyone know any background behind why did Todd specify the car? What car is that?
Which car is it? Do you know?
I'm
No,
asking.
I
if
think
anybody-
Is it? I'm guessing the BMW
Yeah.
that's no longer running. That was Billy's.
Well, why
are you
did
talking the red car? The red the buggy? You guys
no?
talking
I
about?
think it was like a blue or a green like sedan that was parked in the garage in between all the donations that Rabbit stole.
So that's the one that I think Sean Porter was talking about that Billy has that's not running.
Yeah.
Why did Todd point that out as if it was something against Rabbit?
Because it
Because-
is against Rabbit. That's Rabbit's non-working car, and he had
You know how
Andrea go
it-
out and buy him a brand new truck. So he's using the brand new truck, and
I
that
was-
car's just sitting there.
I was on GS Live and the Asian girl came out and said, "Who are you?" And she didn't want to answer. And she said, "Okay, fine. Let me go to Rabbit Live to see who you are." And when GS opened the live, Rabbit removed the video, hit it, and she said, "What the fuck? It must be something happening." And Rabbit texts him, and that's when his argument started. You know?
I'll put this
And
out there
talking
for
about-
anybody who wants. I'll put this out there for
Yeah.
anybody who wants to look into
You know,
things
why
deeper.
did Rabbit did that to GS?
Todd keeps trying to hide videos
Yep.
behind that membership shit, and I'm telling you all right now, Todd does not have one private video because I have every single one of them downloaded. So if anyone,
I'm talking Rabbit. He went to Rabbit Live to see who's the secret is, and Rabbit took the video down on his live.
well,
on
I have a
his
lot of
live.
Rabbits videos too. So if there's a specific one with a date and you email me, you want it, I'll find it in my folder and send you that video if I have it. I've got most of Rabbits. I haven't kept up with everybody because I got a life, you know. I never watch any of their videos, but I do download them and save them for evidence. So I got most of Rabbits. So I mean, if you got a specific video, and it includes chats. So if you have a specific date from a video that was removed, let me know what it is, and I'll see if I got it. I'll be happy to email them to anybody that wants them. I'm not going to let them get away with this shit. You know, the internet's forever. Secret
Except
courtship.
Why Rabbit did that to? Why did he do that to the GS on his live? I don't understand. Why he's hiding? I thought GS and him are good friends. Now he thinks now, and now he thinks that. I don't know why. Now I know why the people say about you. You know, it's like why you, if you're friends, then why you took that remove the video? Why you hide from the sticker girl? You know,
Right. Well, I mean, look at Todd, for example. Look how many videos he removed.
because more people.
They think that that's protecting them. They don't realize that people have screen recorded everything they've done. You know,
Yeah.
there's somebody out there that has everything. Like if we
Everything.
collectively look into it, we will find every single thing that's ever been published on any of their channels.
Doesn't matter what the fuck it is, everything.
Right. Which is why I'm glad they're stupid enough to keep putting shit out there. I mean, you know, like it is very annoying that Todd and Killa and Greg Brent and Rabbit are, you know, using our content to harass us. But the fact that they're putting out evidence for us it makes shit a whole lot easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Don't
just hit
listen
one
to us.
button and
Don't
keep the
listen
whole
to us.
fucking
Just
thing.
keep going.
Yeah, keep going. All you're doing is making my case for me, you know, like against you.
Right.
I mean, I think dumbass has another one scheduled now, and we got court coming up on the 9th. Like, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the admissions that you've done, you know, and there is criminal investigation going on Todd. So keep going, buddy.
Right.
You know,
Hey,
and the
Cole.
same for Rabbit. The same for Rabbit in Andrea's case. Keep fucking going, dude. Keep
Yeah.
doing it. You know, don't shut up. We're appreciative of all the evidence that you're putting out there for us.
Thanks for coming in, Toe.
Yeah, what's up, Toe?
Oh, congratulations for your 2K subs.
Who's got 2K?
For the public service, he went from 180 to 2K over 2K.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
I always like seeing people's channels build. It's awesome. I had an experience with that, and it's a good feeling. And keep going, everybody that's working for it.
Oh, he's talking about you, but yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's about me. Oh, yeah. I think I'm at like 2 point something now, but I haven't really been working for it on this channel. Just so everyone knows, like I'm not.
Well, and it doesn't matter if you work on it or not. People do watch, and people do know. So
Yeah, and I'm not saying I don't put any effort in. What I'm saying is I'm not trying to build. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to do it. I've done it before, and right now, I'm not in a good position with the government to be able to expose them any further.
yeah,
So right
And
now,
that's
this,
okay. Just take your time.
well, and I will, because my safety of my family comes first. So right now, what I am doing is I am sharing with everyone who's willing to watch what it's like when the government goes directly after you as a target. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what my channel is now. That doesn't mean that I'm trying to build it though. I'm just trying to show right now. I'm on a, you know what I'm saying? I'm on a plateau where I want to be, and I'm going to keep it here for a while. And then once my case is over in Meade, I'll get back to, opening new investigations. And
Gotcha.
that's when I work to build,
Okay, guys, but I gotta run.
Yeah, me too.
It's great seeing you. Thank you for your efforts.
You're welcome.
Thank
You the
too.
same. Even though you're on hiatus right now.
Thanks.
But you're great. I always watched you.
Yeah, it's always been that way. I went through the whole exact same cycle back when we uncovered Jamie Knoll. Like
Right.
it's exactly the same,
Right.
just different characters with different motives and like a different system to try to hurt us. You know what I mean?